Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got a Rob in the booth say, so long, I'll drain, Rob.
So long, I'll drain, Rob.
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. It is the beginning of Innistrad Midnight Hunt preview season. And you know what that means, Corey?
What?
It means Eldraine is out of here.
Thank God.
No more
Won't be
adventures.
needing that. Get those out of there.
Gone.
Thank God.
It's so freeing to build the deck lists when you're just like, okay, so I can't beat a Lovestruck Beast in 1,000 years.
Yes.
Or I build another deck that can't beat a Bone Crusher Giant in 1,000 years. Or another deck that can't beat a Great Henge in 1,000 years.
Exactly.
Or something that can't beat, not even with Eldraine, like an Ultimatum.
Yeah.
You're just like, well, I can't beat an Ultimatum ever.
Hey, it can't be a mopey mid-range deck with Ultimatum and stuff around. And I was just like scrolling past, even for this Gruul deck, the first one I'm going to be playing, I was just scrolling past a bunch of 2/2s, and I'm just like, my brain was just like, no, do not put that in a deck. And I'm like, wait, I can now. Hooray, I can actually think about it.
Unfortunately, though, that does come with the rotation of Whisper Squad.
Oh, rest in peace.
It's really, really unfortunate.
Whisper in peace.
Just didn't get its time to shine.
Yeah, it never did. You're right. Not a single time did it shine at all. You're right about that.
Okay, so we're going to be playing with...
Real quick, we have a red alert.
Yeah?
Delver of Secrets has been reprinted for Standard.
What?
Sure.
Really? I suppose it's a split card. That would kind of make sense.
Yeah. It's also going to be unplayable.
Probably, but I mean, every boomer is going crazy. It's like
All the chat wanted me to stop it.
Oh, yeah. It's like any time we're in Historic and there's some artifact printed, everyone's like, Tempered Steel time? It's like, no, it's still not time.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be Delver. Like, should I play Opt? Like,
We all remember the Blade Delver deck that was so dominant in Standard 10 years ago. Well, it stayed in Delver Secrets. The card survived that rotation. And the deck, of course, lost too many pieces, didn't get to continue. Delver of Secrets was completely unplayable for that next year.
Was it? I wasn't playing at that time, I don't think.
Plenty of people for the first month or two tried to build a new Delver deck. So, like, Delver is busted. Like, we'll just play different cards. We still have Snapcaster Mage. It'll be fine. It was not fine. Like,
And you know Todd is already starting his article on Delver. It's like
you lost some of the cantrips. Like, you lost Gataxian Probe.
Yeah.
You lost a Vapor Snag. You lost a Gut Shot. All those Phyrexian mana spells that made the deck so mana efficient, which was really important. So,
what about like your Demolich thing that you're a little spoiler? We're going to see a little Demolich action from Rob or from Ross a little later. You don't even think maybe it has a chance in something like that?
It would have to be a completely different deck. There's a decent number of cheap spells. I won't say it's 100% going to be unplayable, but it needs a very specific set of circumstances to be good.
Yeah.
You need really good removal that matches up very well against the format. And Gutshot was particularly important when Delver of Secrets was good the last time it was in Standard, because a lot of the other best decks were playing a lot of cheap creatures. It was mana creature decks with Birthing Pod. It was zombie aggressive decks that had good one drops that you could Gutshot. So Gutshot just happened to match up really well against the format. Do you think a card like Gutshot would be playable in Standard right now? It doesn't even kill Jaspera Sentinel.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. And there's no real way to like manipulate the top of the library too much to like set up.
Yeah,
no ponders or something like that.
They had Ponder, Gataxian Probe, and Thought Scour.
Yeah, I mean, Thought Scour doesn't really help out. I mean, it's a good spell, but
it's just another cheap cantrip.
Ponder's like the only thing that's like Ponder and Delver, match made in heaven. Yeah.
So, there's a lot that needs to go right for Delver Secrets to be in. It is a fun limited card. Sometimes you got these weird limited decks with like 4 Delvers and like 12 spells.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm actually going to look forward to it, is trying to draft the Delver deck.
Wait, you draft?
Sometimes.
Okay, fair enough. I picture it with the like blue-green Delver with the green. Here comes the fun part of preview season as well. Just completely forgetting all the names already. We've just begun, but
so I'll say Delver of riddles,
innovation. But with the new Mopey Courser of Crufix card, being able to look at the top of your deck a little bit, and it's like the one thing, it's a 1 power creature, and then it's a 3 power creature for Coven or whatever is that new ability. That's kind of cool, but probably not going to be a deck.
No, it needs to be in a very aggressive deck. I mean, Play with Fire could be good in a Delver deck because you can go upstairs with it, and gives you a little bit of scry. So there's some cheap spells. I will certainly investigate, but I do not expect to find anything.
We're going to have to try for Thursday, I imagine. There's got to be a Delver in one of our decks for Thursday.
That said, I am playing Is It Spells Matter deck to lead off today, but just a very different style than a Delver deck. This deck isn't nearly as aggressive. The key card here, if we can get to the overhead, is Poppet Stitcher. Over to my right.
Card looks good.
Yeah, I wrote my article about this card this week. I think it is quite good. I think it's easy to dismiss these cards that create decayed zombies.
No, stern dismissal is not legal anymore. You don't need to sternly dismiss anything. You can't, actually.
I will happily dismiss.
Okay, good. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, see, but there's no stern dismissals in my deck, though.
Okay, you're right.
Don't look at the list. There's definitely not. There's not any. There's an Into the Royal in the sideboard. There's an Into the Royal, and because of course we don't make mistakes on this show.
Not once.
I would never put a stern dismissal myself.
If there's one in the sideboard, you know who put it in there.
Yeah, it's definitely Rob sabotaging.
Rob. Yeah.
So Poppet Stitcher, I think it's easy to just generate value with these zombies. In an aggressive deck that just represents a lot of extra damage.
Yeah.
But in a deck with a bunch of cheap spells, you can pretty easily power out to Poppet Factory. And now you've got 3/3s that can attack and block over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
I really love the ability on Poppet Factory to be able to transform it back. So if your opponent finds the Sweeper to stabilize, the Factory's an artifact, so it lives. And then on your next upkeep, you're just like, okay, I'll go back to Poppet Stitcher and start pumping out more zombies again, and then go back to Factory once I have 3.
Yeah, you may transform. That's nice, yeah.
So that ability really helps limit your opponent's ways back into the game, or at least gives you an easy way to start reloading.
Okay.
Plenty of cheap spells. Consider being the main one, just an improved opt. And this is a deck that's playing Demi-Lich and some flashback cards. So
Putting Demi-Lich into the yard, pretty nice.
You get a lot of value from the Surveil there. Play with Fire, I think, is a great 1-mana spell. You could play Frostbite, but I didn't want to put tapped lands on my deck and deal with the Snow mana base. I think Play with Fire is better in a deck like this. I'm also playing a couple copies of Secrets of the Key, another spell that doesn't look like it does a whole lot, but here we're just looking to have a lot of cheap spells. When I play Poppet Stitcher, I want to untap and cast 3 spells in a Demi-Lich or 4 spells in a Demi-Lich.
And you can cast it from the yard.
Yes.
Like with Demi-Lich, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And so it should have... Okay, it has flashback 3 in a blue, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah. We missed that on the proxy, but...
Yeah, we had the day off with the holiday, so we kind of had to rush to do this. So some of our preview cards are slightly off, so bear with us, y'all.
Yeah. So it doesn't have a lot of immediate impact here, but you're getting the immediate impact from being able to enable Demi-Lich, being able to enable Poppet Stitcher, and things like that. And then later in the game, if it comes to that, if your opponent has managed to keep up with you, now you've got that clue laying around. You flash back for 4 mana, you've got a couple other clues. So it's mana inefficient just by itself, but you're not trying to crack those clues immediately.
Yeah.
In most instances, you're just using it as a 1-mana spell to enable all your other cards, and then you're going to be able to just have those clues lying around should you need them on a rainy day.
And it's as close to Thriving Inspector as you're going to get so far, so you had to try it.
Yeah. So I've got a couple copies, and then a couple cheeky one-ups from the new set.
Okay.
The one copy of Galvanic Iteration. This is a card I'm actually not that high on, but certainly good enough for me to want to try. I don't want to draw too many copies of it. But
it's good, because you only draw one.
Yes. It's a nice late-game card. It's a nice card to pitch early to one of my Magmatic Channelers, mill over with a Consider, and then have it in the graveyard. And then later in the game, I can double up a burn spell to kill a bigger creature, double up an Expressive Iteration, and draw a bunch of cards, do cool stuff like that. But it's going to clog your hand early. But I think definitely a serviceable singleton.
Okay.
And I'm trying out one Geist Flame Reservoir as another card advantage engine and another, way to build up and be able to kill larger creatures. Izzet decks typically struggle with big creatures. I'm still playing a Burning Hands in my main because I'm expecting a lot of green creatures around still.
You're just still, you're still wronged by Lovestruck Beast. You're like, I better keep this in the main.
Lovestruck Beast is rotating because Andu Mammoth is sticking around.
Yeah.
Werewolf Pack Leader is sticking around.
Green seems like the best color so far.
They've printed 7 great green creatures already, at least. And we're going to be going up against it in your deck, so I think very worthwhile. But Reservoir also gives you, a way to kill bigger creatures, and also a way to just draw extra cards. So again, I think a card you don't want to draw too many of, so I'm only playing the one, but should serve its role very well.
All right, sounds good. So from my end, I think I'm playing what is the most hyped so far. It seems like the most pushed archetype it's just Gruul. Gruul looks really good. Really, really strong. And I'm not even including all of the really, really good synergies. Like I'm saving a little bit of the highest end synergies for my last deck, which is Azika's Chariot into Ren and 7. I think that play is really, really good. I want to try just a really low to the ground Gruul deck, even playing Brushfire Elemental, which I don't even think is that great of a card now that we don't have Fabled Passage, but being paired with Packmaster, you're able to, like, as long as you have a duel, you can go Packmaster on 2, turn 3 Brushfire Elemental, play a land attack for 6, draw a card, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm trying that really aggressive line. Also playing Kessig Naturalist, which was my preview card. A nice little split card. Be able to attack, add some mana to your pool. Daybound and Nightbound, switching it up here and pumping other werewolves and stuff. So I'm really leaning into the werewolf plan here.
Kessig Naturalist playing so well with Arlen.
Exactly. So pretty much just wolf tribal here to give it a shot. Playing some Light Up the Night for just really late game. This is the one card I'm a little unsure of. I can see it either being really strong or just completely unplayable, to be honest. We got the new land. We have Tovlar, Dire Overlord, which I think is insane, and then Arlen, the Pack's Hope.
This is the one I think is the best of the three.
Really? I think it's Arlen.
Three, I think Tovlar is really, really strong.
I think it is really strong.
The fact that it, just as a standalone, being a reasonable body that can draw cards when it connects.
Yeah.
But, as you grow a bigger board, it gets better and better and better.
Yeah. Well, you only draw one card, right? It's not like you trigger each wolf, right?
Whenever a wolf or werewolf, it doesn't say one or more wolves or werewolves.
Wow, that's disgusting. This is just Toski for wolves?
Yeah.
Oh my god. See, I was literally reading this as no matter what, you just draw one card if one connects, and it's still broken. But yeah, even just Ranger class into this, or Wolf Pack Leader into this attack draw card is insane, and the fact that the flip side is just a larger creature. Otherwise, I guess it just does the same thing, right? It's just one more power and toughness.
Yeah.
But yeah, still good. Still good. And then I really do think the Planeswalker is insane. Had to give this one a double read as well, too. I was like, okay, put a wolf into play for -3, not bad. And I was like, excuse me, what?
2 wolves.
Yeah, so it's like Azika's Chariot with some upside. I mean, that...
Because Azika's Chariot doesn't have enough upside.
Yeah, Azika's Chariot's pretty weak, But honestly, remember when we were starting to test that card out, and we were still putting it up against ultimatums, we were putting it up against rogues, all this stuff, and it was like, it seemed really good, right? Like, every time you were casting it, it seemed really tough for me to play around. And we were both just kind of thinking, like, this is a card to be on the lookout for after rotation. Just so happens it made it into Standard before rotation because it was that good. But now it's just going to be one of the best cards. I think that and Goldspan are like...
Completely agree.
Yeah.
Those are the two...
Yeah.
The two public enemies for me going into week 1 of the Standard is I need to either be playing those cards or have a plan to beat those cards.
Yeah, and if we saw anything from the MPL and Rivals Gauntlet this last weekend, main deck of Nulls to be able to deal with Chariot, Embercleaves, and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be too shocked to see a Null being a card that actually is going to be played in Standard into this set, which is so weird to me.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, right? What a time to be alive.
I've played my fair share of Nulls.
Yeah, it was Jan...
Usually in Vintage, but...
Yeah, Jan Moritz Merkel, an old school player, playing a Nulls in his old school control deck all weekend, and it just made me feel some kind of way. It was pretty cool. All right. Well, Rob, you got a question for us before we start it up? People getting excited for some new Magic cards?
Yeah, people are definitely excited in Delver being, like, I think top of the list right now.
Yeah, no kidding. And anytime we hear some sweet cards, Rob, feel free to stop us and we'll chat about them.
So, while the marbles are sitting on that side of the room, they're not yours.
They're not mine. Yeah,
They're Todd's.
Yeah, so you didn't hang on to them.
I didn't hang on to anything.
Did you win a single match?
No.
Wow.
Literally lost all 6 matches left.
You're just going to let Todd come on in here, stroll in, smash you. I mean, what have we been training for? I said you had one job, and that was just to win the second show. You didn't even have to win the first one.
I've protected the marbles several times before. Eventually, it's going to get you.
Okay, all right.
See, here's the thing, though. During the second show, Todd wore his Mana Flood Coalesce shirt. So
No way.
So I'm testing whether or not he broke the curse by wearing it today.
Wow.
I know. So we're really...
Well, no, the Mana Flood is not so bad because we have creature lands, right? So drawing them is not so bad. It's the Mana Screw. It's the Mountain Dew Mana Screw shirt.
He didn't wear the Mana Screw shirt.
That one's cursed. If you're going to play a Magic tournament, great shirt to buy. Still buy it from Coalesced. It's sweet. but don't bring it to a Magic tournament. You will be cursed. I guarantee it. I've never mulliganed more times than when I wear that Mountain Dew Manisker shirt.
So we're going to do a little odd even to see who goes first in this first game.
All right, let's do it. I call odd. A 3 and a 3. All right.
Play first.
Good luck to you, buddy. New Magic
Likewise.
cards. New
Likewise.
Magic cards. I'm so pumped. All right, no new Magic cards so far.
My hand looks great. I'm going to keep.
Yeah, I think I can keep as well. It's not amazing, but it does some things.
Okay, I will play an island and pass the turn.
Island? Okay. I will play this fast land that they reprinted. Just kidding. It's a slow land. I'll pass to you.
End step, I'll play Consider.
Okay. Ross considering his options here.
I think I can just mill this flashback spell.
I don't see flashback on that card. I'm sorry.
Put the Secrets of the Key in the graveyard.
Okay.
Draw for Consider. Draw for turn now.
Okay.
And I will play a mountain. And
Got some good?
strategic planning.
Okay.
Top 3.
This looks like some mopey shenanigans you got going on over there. I love it.
The mopiest. Okay, I will put 2 Poppet Stitchers in my graveyard. And then pass the turn.
Yeah, Poppet doesn't really do anything in the yard, right?
No.
But, okay. Okay, I have a lair. And now what do I want to do? I think I would like to just play this 3-3. Pass to you.
That's pretty good.
Not bad, not bad.
Okay, I gotta learn to not do things like that.
What, draw cards every turn?
No, so normally my internal mnemonic is hold on to pathways until I absolutely know what side I want.
That makes sense.
But when you play Snarls in your deck, you have to hold on to basics. So I just drew a Snarl.
Oh, yeah, I forget. Now that we're losing, we lost temples. What was it?
Triomes.
We lost triomes and temples, right?
Yeah.
That's the big thing. And now Snarls.
And Fabled Passage.
And Fabled Passage. So now we have to go into the world of being like, oh, okay. Now we have to kind of look at Snarls as something we want to play, and we have to balance creature lands with them, as well as with the slow lands, fashionably late lands, I like to call them. It's going to be something to get used to, but Snarls suck.
They're not good.
They're not good.
Whew.
Whew. You got the goods?
I am just going to play a Lava Glide Pathway and a Poppet Stitcher.
Okay, so you kind of go off next turn.
That's the plan.
With the K. So can't block when an attack sacker. Okay, so that is nice for my aggro plan at least. That's kind of tough for you. All right.
I was really hoping to see a Ranger class here on turn 2 instead of the Pack Leader, but...
Yeah. I can imagine. Have a nice blocker for that. So... now what do I want to do? I could just try to deal with the card that looks scary. It's probably a good call.
Poppet Stitcher.
Hello, Poppet. I'm gonna play a land. I think. Yeah. So when it flips, then they can block, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the dangerous thing. All right, I'll light up the knight here for 2. So that deals 3 to that. And then I'll attack you for 3.
I'm at 17.
Past you. I mean, that doesn't look bad there for 3 mana. Not great, I guess, but... excellent skies from Planeswalkers you control. Oh, okay. So flashback is just removing counters. Hey, that's still not bad from Ireland.
Lead this turn with an expressive iteration.
You do it. You know, I think that card might make it. past rotation. I think that's a good one.
Yeah, I think we'll bottom that put this in the hand, put a Play with Fire into exile.
Okay.
Then I will Play with Fire the pack leader.
It just deals 2?
Yep.
Okay.
Then I'll play a Snarl, revealing an island,
Okay.
and Play with Fire the pack leader again.
Dead. All right.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Now, what do we want to do? I had a nice little play all set up until you had to be a jerk face like that. I had the Brushfire Elemental play that I was talking about in the intro, but I thought it was more important to get rid of your Poppet. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to play this dual land untap. I'm not going to take 2 damage for it. It's not a Stomping Ground. How busted. Trigger, attack for 3.
I'll go to 14.
And I think this is better than my other card. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, I'll play Kessick Naturalist. My preview card, pass to you. You're at 14, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Try to get myself some mana. We are a player.
So it is now.
It is day, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, so bright.
Okay. I will start this turn with a strategic planning.
Okay. Oh, so bright.
Put Riverglide Pathway, Demi-Lich in the graveyard.
Okay. And refresh me on Demi-Lich. If you cast 4, then you can exile 3 spells, and then you get to just play it from your yard, right?
You can cast it from the graveyard by exiling 4 instant or sorcery cards from my graveyard in addition to its other costs.
Cool.
It normally costs quad blue.
So now it'll be triple blue and get rid of
triple blue and exile
Okay.
4 spells.
Cool. All these cards essentially have just been unbanned, right? Like, Demi-Lich was not being played, and still might not be, but there's so many
I will
cards.
Play with Fire the Naturalist.
Rude.
Play this island and play this Demi-Lich from my graveyard.
Okay.
What spells do I want to get rid of?
Scary.
I want to leave my Play with Fires, I think, just to have more removal. And I want to leave Secrets of the Keys since it has flashback by itself.
Okay.
I definitely want to leave Iteration because that's the best one. So
Yeah,
I
that's
think
just a
this
good
makes
card.
sense. Exile 1 Play with Fire, definitely exiling the Consider, and then the 2 strategic plannings.
All right, you got a Demi-Lich. I hate it.
Pass the turn.
I hate it. Let's see. Suppose let's start with the Brushfire Elemental.
Okay.
And I'm going to put a Kazandu Valley into play. Triggers. Attack for 6.
I'll take 6, go to 8.
I didn't have Embercleave. No, I couldn't. And then I'll play Ranger class. Get a 2/2 Wolf. Yeah, you had to read that new one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll pass to you.
This is on level 1. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just, as it stands, it's on level 1. But
Sure.
a card for probably one of the best cards in D&D Forgotten Realm we didn't play a lot of. You know, it was really good in Gruul, and then it started seeing a lot less play. We really didn't play with it a ton, you know?
Okay, so I'm at 8. I would feel very good about this game if it were not for that Lair of the Hydra.
Yeah, Lair's a sneaky one. But I'm playing 6 creature lands, too. I think dens are better, so I wouldn't be shocked if I go to, like, 3 den, 2 lair as something that would be the correct amount, but still very good.
Three. Yeah, that would be a lethal attack.
Yay, lethal attacks. Yeah, I imagine your deck can kill some stuff, does some dirtling, but you got to still find a way to deal with inevitability. Ranger classes inevitability, all these creature lands. I'm just going to keep coming for multiple more turns.
Yeah, this thing is just an XX. It doesn't trample, right?
XX, yep.
Yeah, that's what I just making sure.
Probably a secret reach, but other than that, yeah.
Yep. Three, 6, I'm at 8.
8 life points.
But if you want, so 2. Yeah, that would be ideal.
Yeah, just keep talking to yourself on a show. No problem.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do the math on. I think I need to try to turn the corner here.
Yeah,
Because you're just not going to probably run out of gas.
that is a nice thing. Oh, you have that card.
I've got this Goldspan Dragon.
Okay, cool.
So then I get to attack and make a treasure.
Yep. And you can cast a spell, right?
And I'm going to be casting a Play with Fire. I actually think I want to hit the wolf because you putting counters on the brush fire elementals means I can still play with fire them next turn.
Okay.
Whereas if you put it on the wolf,
You get it for free? I think you have to pay mana for it, right?
oh,
Yeah.
hold on. That means I gotta.
You have mana.
Well, no, it just means because I'm going to cast this in combat. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So play the land I have first, and then we will play with fire with an extra red. So I can cast Goldspan Dragon like this.
Sure.
Play with fire with that red because I need this 2 red for a blocker.
You didn't play a land this turn already, though, right?
No.
Okay. It's dead, and you got a treasure.
Because last turn I went.
I believe you.
Yeah, strategic planning. Put Demilich in the yard. Play a 1-mana spell. Play 2-mana Demilich.
Yep. All right, I'm at 12.
Yeah, puts you to 12, and then I can make 2 red post combat with this treasure and play a blocker. Unfortunately, I have exactly 3 spells. If this is a 4/4, I'd feel great about this game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I cannot. It's not really a blocker for these.
sure, but it's a blocker for the lair.
That's true.
And even with a land and an activation of the ranger class, those aren't lethal, which is part of the math I was doing.
That's fair.
Another light of the night would kill me, but that's probably going to kill me anyway.
Yep. Let's see here. Yeah, lair is not the best. And if you have another Goldspan Dragon, I guess I'm really dead. 1. 2, 2. So that does not seem like a bad play. All right.
I assume we're gonna.
I'm gonna play the Shatter Skull Smashing. I'm gonna
can take
take
3. Puts you to 9.
9.
Play with fire goes upstairs.
Oh.
So, and I've got another one. So yeah, you taking 2 damage is very relevant.
Let's see.
So
if
that
I
means
can
these 2
still
plus
do
play with
that.
fire upstairs is lethal.
Well, you have to block regardless, and I have a blocker, so I guess I can live through this. God, I just have 1 short. 1 short of lethal there.
And I'm going to be 1 short of lethal as well. So we've got a nice close game here to start.
This is a close one.
We both made 6 land drops and like have spells left over. This is a nice even game.
I guess then I want to put this into play tap then. So I just go to 12 instead of playing the card in my hand. I'll make layer a 3/3. I guess, I don't get to put a counter on it then. That's okay. I'll attack.
So this is still a 9-point attack.
Yep.
So I have to chump block the lair, take 6, go to 2.
And then I guess I'll pass to you. My other choice was to just play this creature and be at 9, but I'm dead to a removal spell anyways, or another Goldspan. No, I didn't. Does it change?
Yeah, whenever you... Yeah.
Oh.
So it is now nighttime.
Yeah, I believe it's nighttime. Okay. Wow. These effects for these night...
The flavor of the set is incredible.
I wonder if it happens like that every single time, just in an event hall and everything. Okay.
Wouldn't be the first time it's happened at an event.
Your go, bud.
Okay.
Too good.
That means it's back to
Too
daytime.
good. Yeah, it's back to day. Too good.
Okay. So
Impressive work, Rob.
I am going to start with the last card that was in my hand, which was a pretty good one, an Expressive Iteration.
Wow. Must be
The
nice.
card I drew was not very good.
Okay.
Geistflame Reservoir.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I don't like that one. That's a good one regardless.
Well, the other 2 aren't good, so
Okay.
we'll put the island on the bottom and keep the other land.
Okay.
I guess we'll exile the Shatter Skull since I'm playing it this turn.
What's your targets, bud?
Well, I think what I want to do is...
Yeah, that's a good one.
How do I set this up appropriately? So I think I just attack first.
Okay. I'll go to 4.
And get my... oh, no. I have to leave a blocker back.
I was going to say, layer can get you.
So what I want to do is attack with the gold span dragon.
Okay, I'll
put
go
you
to
to
8
and get a treasure.
Okay.
Then play Geist Flame Reservoir. Then use the treasure to play the Shatter Skull for 2.
Gotcha.
And get a counter on that. Deal with both brush fires.
Charge counter. Okay. Yeah, that card doesn't seem great.
So I'll get a counter on it.
Okay.
You're at 8, and then I'll pass the turn.
Okay. So you're at 2.
I'm at 2. If you have a land, you can get layer above Demi-Lich and force another chump.
Oh, I have a land, all right. Oh, that's a tilt. So I guess my best play... You have tons of spells over there, huh?
I have 4 in the graveyard, so I can recast the Demi-Lich even without playing spells, because I also have 4 blue, and I'm getting treasure from the dragon.
So I don't even know if I necessarily want to attack with the layer, but I guess I'd rather have you do... Yeah, I guess I kind of have to.
If you don't, then Demi-Lich cast Play with Fire, deal 2 upstairs, and the Reservoir can deal the other 2.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I have to do that. So I can't play the card in my hand. So I can make this a 2/2 and then level this.
Yeah. And then force
and then force a block, put a counter on here, and pass to you. Tilt.
This just lets you play creatures off the top of your deck.
Once I get to the third level, yeah.
Mana. You'd have Den of the Bugbear.
Yeah, still a creature land for you to be somewhat afraid of.
Yeah, I think it's just attack for 4, get a treasure.
Down to 4.
4. Play Demi-Lich, leave the Play with Fire, I think.
Okay.
Maybe I just leave the Shatter Skull Smashing to cast with Demi-Lich next turn. That seems maybe better.
Okay.
Though I do have... No, because if you draw Light Up the Night, then you're just going to kill me. I'm trying to think of a way you to kill this, but not kill me.
I think I can just kill you with this and put a counter on the 1/1, right?
Kill the 1/1.
Oh, okay. I actually don't think I can do that anyways, right? Because you have to put a counter on.
Also, you can't do that.
Okay, cool.
So that's the only thing I'm thinking of here is there a way for Corey to kill the Goldspan Dragon but not kill me? Because if I leave Play with Fire, then Demi-Lich is lethal, even if you can block it.
We're in preview season. You know I don't have interaction.
I'll just leave the Play with Fire.
Okay.
Cast the Demi-Lich, and I also have a Magmatic Channeler.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
I guess I kill you with an Arlen's. Or wait, now it's day, right? Since you cast 2 spells?
Yes, I cast 2 spells.
All right. Lame. Keeping track of that is going to be obnoxious.
Also, I'd be able to block the Arlen.
Yeah, that's true.
6 to 6. You get a 6.
Yep.
Think old Goldspan Dragon turned it around.
Yeah, old Goldie got me. GG.
Goldie
GG.
and recasting Demi-Lich.
Yeah, I mean, Demi-Lich looked pretty solid. Pretty solid there. I was afraid of it when I'm not doing too much interacting.
It literally just came along for free. I put it in the graveyard with the strategic planning. That was nice.
Man, how many times? I mean, we miss bobble triggers here. How many times are we going to forget to go back from day to night? This is going to be absurd.
Never, because we never make mistakes on this show.
Touche. Yeah, absolutely.
Never made a mistake ever.
All right, Rob, you got some questions from our lovely audience?
So I think we had some people who weren't here at the very beginning. Honestly, most of the questions so far, as I'm sure you could guess,
are about Delver of Secrets.
About Delver of Secrets, yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, just more like, what do you think, about it returning again, and
yeah,
is there enough power? You think maybe?
Where I would be interested potentially is in Pioneer, because now in Pioneer you have Opt and Consider, and you probably have more tools to go along with it. There have been mono blue decks that have existed in that format. That they haven't been that good, but maybe that a little aggressive punch that Delver gives you.
See, I'm still thinking, is it snow aggressive decks, but back to like Galazeth, Prismari, Goldspan Dragon, Delver as the only creatures, and then just spells. You have Expressive Iteration, Allrun's Epiphany. That's still legal, right? Allrun's Epiphany? Yeah.
You have Frostbite and Play with Fire if you want all 1-mana removal.
Frostbite, and probably still Dragon's Fire. I think that's going to be a better removal spell in that deck. And then you still have a lot of spells already. You can play Saw It Coming, maybe Behold as well. And then you get that fast clock, and then you still have Faithless Haven to kind of punch over. That's where I'm most interested, and probably what I'll try for Thursday. But I'm not even saying that seems insane or anything.
The tough part is that you need a lot of spells to make it transform. So you're gonna want with a snow mana base, you can't play as many of the double faced lands like Shadow Skull Smashing.
You got to give up Shadow Skull Smashing. Pathways are the only ones I'm going to keep because they're too good.
And you don't have Fable Passage, which was key to those 2-color snow mana bases, right?
Sure. But, yeah, I think it'll just be Pathways and then just basics. Maybe that's really bad.
You'll have to play Volatile if you would.
Yeah, you're probably right. Which is still fine, though.
Yeah, maybe you only play 3 of them and stretch the mana base a little bit. But.
Yeah, probably play a lot more leaning in blue if you're going to play something like Delver.
Because then you have Consider to help find red mana if you need it.
Yeah.
And you get a little bit of fixing from treasures. So
the
mana base probably works. I'm just worried about the spell count for Delver. These modal double face cards really help your spell count. You can maintain a high land count, but still have enough spells but the snow mana base then conflicts with that.
True. Yeah, maybe it can't be snow then, because I would even maybe want to play Spikefield Hazard.
Yeah.
Spikefield Hazard seems awesome with that.
Yeah, maybe I'm underrating Delver because of these modal double face cards.
Yeah.
They really let you... normally, Delver decks have to play the super low land count and be pretty threat light so that they can fit enough spells to make Delver work.
But now when your lands are spells...
Yeah. Now it's just going to change the math. So that's actually a big deal. I was probably a little too initially dismissive.
Yeah. The secret's out now. We've broken it. We went from one game where it's like, no, that card's unplayable. We're like, oh.
However, we also have another card that might be of particular interest to Ross. So what do you think?
Whisper Squad.
Yeah. What do you think about the Faithful Mending card? The essentially Faithful Mending, but for blue and white.
I think it's being overrated. I think that so much of the power of Faithless Looting is contained in being only 1 mana.
Yeah.
And because you just can't spend that much time and that many resources not affecting the battlefield in Standard. In Modern, the flashback is really critical, so I think Dredge is going to want it because it's missed that element where you can delve into or dredge into something that keeps you going, and you're not entirely reliant on your opening hand. Ox of Agonis has done a good job there for Dredge, but having more of that is helpful.
Yeah. Isn't it blue and white, though?
Yeah, it's Modern. You can make the mana work.
That's true. That's true. There's triumphs and fetch lands there.
They're already playing a good number of 4-color lands because they're playing, or 5-color lands because they're playing some of them Thrilling Discovery, along with needing green mana and needing black mana, and of course being base red.
Just Jeskai Dredge now?
It'll just be 5 colors. Just be 5 colors.
Sure.
Yeah, you'll just play a bunch of mana confluences and City's Brass. Still a good number of fetch lands. You'll probably be a little bit less reliant on Life from the Loam.
Yeah.
Really cut even further away from there. But
that wasn't even that good anymore. Of course, Life Alone Conflagrate is very good, but yeah.
Yeah, and I've heard people talk in Modern with the Esper Gorgios deck. This could be a good card in that.
Yeah.
So I think this will be a good card in the homes that it finds, but it's not going to be a card that finds a ton of homes the way Faithless Looting did.
Yeah, I think it's going to be putting Archon of Cruelty into the graveyard a lot.
Yeah.
Like, a lot. That's going to be his primary thing.
Yeah, I very much agree. I don't think it's going to be putting as many Gristlebrands into the graveyard.
No. Gristlefather is broke. The new Archon is the woke one.
I had a Corey level pun from Lord
So
Bell.
terrible?
Excellent.
I wanted to get in here.
Yeah.
About the tracking day and night. But it's plain as day when you make the change from day to night.
Wow. Nice job. VIP them, Rob. All right, I'll be going first.
Happened. I don't think it can be a 2 times VIP.
Yes, double VIP. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll keep this.
I will keep as well.
My mana base is actually decent here where it looks kind of awkward. So I got a tap land here, and then I'll pass to you.
I have a Frostboil Snarl revealing an island.
Oh, that's broke.
Pass the turn.
Oops.
I've played 2 Snarls, and they both entered untapped.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Sorry, I was flipping over cards.
Yeah, I'm just glad you have to shuffle away that Goldspan Dragon.
Yeah, I could use that actually. All right. So I'm not pleased about this, but it's really the only play I got. I'm gonna go with the Naturalist. Daytime. No, you're not supposed to have the shock. Okay, pass to you. But
Corey, you know you're not
do.
supposed to play with fire.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I got Island Strategic Planning.
Okay.
Not a great set of cards here. I actually think I'm just going to take this, put
Okay.
Channeler Island in the graveyard.
Done.
Yep.
All right, so now I have my dual land on turn 3. Gotcha.
You already had it on turn 1.
Yeah,
This doesn't seem fair.
This is not fair. I agree. All right, and then we're gonna bring in the old mammoth. Frost, you gotta kill it. Great
Yeah.
hinge. Great hinge next turn.
I was telling Corey before we started, I'm just so happy that I don't have to kill this stupid trained Armadon on site.
Yeah, you don't kill it on sight. Nothing bad's gonna happen. I promise.
Well, I can't really kill it.
Good. Yeah, 3/3s? No, that's unkillable. You can kill some 2/2s, but you know what? It is crazy. I didn't play a single major event with Yorion at all in Standard. How depressing is that? When Chad, are you bummed out for me? Because I think we should all take a moment of silence for Yorion. That is a good. That is the one card. Huh?
Pour one out for the homie.
Pour one out for the homie. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
I'm sure
I'm
this is
going
a
to
bad
play.
modern decks. You can get some time in.
Here we go. Pouring one out for the homies there. See a companion slot.
I just have Island Strategic Planning.
Okay, you got it.
Pretty easy to put Secrets of the Key and a Snarl into my graveyard,
Snarl it up.
and then pass the turn.
All right. I have a land. Crunch for 5.
I'm at 15.
Let's bring this new card called Cadillac. You got the annul?
I do not.
Okay, pass to you. Meow.
I will, however, kill one of the cats on the end step.
Response?
Yeah.
Crew. No, I guess I want to leave this untapped. Whatever. You got my cat. Good for you.
I'll play a Lava Glide Pathway,
Okay.
and I will pass the turn.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw. Interesting. So I guess it's night, huh?
Oh, crap. Forgot about that.
It's the night, man.
It's very awkward when there's no werewolf in play.
I know, it really is.
Okay, I don't want to transform. I'm just going to do this on my turn.
Okay.
I have the Prismari command to clear away the rest of this nonsense. I wanted to get you to crew with a bigger creature, but I think letting you cast an Arlen here on the other side.
Would have been good.
Yeah, not that I could beat
been
Arlen
good.
on the front side, but
Yeah, I was gonna say you're just picking the worst of the two worlds here. All right, so instead, I'm not gonna play Arlen. Maybe even though I already have the card, but I just have a way better turn. So trigger Goldspan Dragon, take 9, play Wolfpack Leader,
I'm
go.
at 6.
Here go.
I don't think my Goldspan Dragon is good enough here.
Gruel smash, gruel smash.
Just
But I did
needed
have the Arlen.
Yeah. Just needed a 3 damage burn spell. That's probably an issue with my deck, but we'll fix that in sideboarding.
You got some hands that you might be lighting on fire, huh? God bless you. God bless you. All right, so we are going to be sticking with the format now that, me and Ross are making a bunch of decks, and believe it or not, if you haven't noticed, if there's not any long-term versus live fans, our sideboards, if it's a blue deck, you're going to see negate. If it's a black deck, you're going to see some duresses.
Oh, duress isn't in the format. It's now check for traps.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, I might have put duress in the format. Okay. Yeah, no duress now.
Yeah,
huh?
no duress. You have check for traps.
I was actually checking for negates too for my third deck, and I was like, I could not find negate anywhere. I just had the thing on Arena checked for lands, but I was like, negate is not in here. I called Brad. I was like, are you kidding me? He's like, it is, you idiot. I'm like,
it's in
I checked
call
that
time or
filter. Yeah.
something.
So, but the point I was trying to make is we are going to be playing 2 pre and then head to post boards because our sideboards are awful. So
Yeah. That was a curve.
Yeah, it was a curve.
2-drop, 3-drop Chariot, double spell on 5.
And the only new card I played was the one I didn't want to play on 2. Like, I wanted a second green to play this, and then you were really dead. But, yeah, as it stood, that did not happen. So, anyways, we are going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with sideboarding here on Versus Live. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to a Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Is It Spells and Gruul Werewolves.
Gruul!
On my side, a lot of changes going on.
And squirrels?
But werewolves and squirrels are best friends. Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that, yeah.
A lot of changes on my side, really upgrading my disruption. Play with Fire, you saw, was occasionally good, but occasionally inadequate, especially against the 3 toughness creatures. We got a bunch of removal that helps deal with that. We're essentially morphing into much more of a control deck rather than super aggressive, because if I take too much time to do my thing, I'm going to get run over by the power of these Gruul cards. So I've got some Crush the Weeks to clear away a lot of the cheap creatures. My removal is more lined up to deal with your bigger things. I've even got this Mind Flayer here.
Nice.
Got an extra Shatter effect for Azeka's Chariot, along with some Disdainful Strokes to just stop it entirely.
Okay.
Hopefully, me being on the play, it'll mean I get to Goldspan Dragon, Disdainful Stroke your Goldspan Dragon.
I won't like that, because I already can't beat your Goldspan Dragons. I was looking through my deck, and I'm like, ooh, didn't plan for that one. Didn't bring my red cap melees that are no longer legal.
Yeah. I'm going to be cutting the Secrets of the Keys as well. Just don't have time to do that. This is a card that is meant to enable my aggressive game plan. So
Okay.
if I'm morphing into a control deck, even though it generates card advantage, it's just too slow at doing that.
Yep.
Into the Royal no longer necessary when I have a bunch of removal that is targeted towards the specific matchup. And then Magmatic Channeler just continues to underperform in every single deck I've ever put it in.
Ever
I don't know
played.
why I keep doing it.
I don't either. It's literally never been good for me, and I've probably cast the card maybe 15 times, you know? And every time, like, you know, turn 2 on the play, I was like, this card should be good. And I was like, wow, it never is.
I always think to myself, I'm like, oh, it's like, it's going to be kind of cool where I get to play it early, you know, do a little blocking, and then later in the game draw some cards, or maybe just have this 4/4, and then it just never really does. It doesn't play out that way like it does in your head.
You could have that be Delvers instead in this deck.
I think I should just be cutting. If I had to change the deck right now, I'm only playing 2 Goldspan Dragons, because I want to be more aggressive.
You idiot.
So I should play another land, 2 more Goldspan Dragons, 2 copies of Dragon's Fire in the main deck, and cut the Geistland Reservoir and play another land. Yeah, so it's
Okay.
5. So 2 Dragons, 2 Dragon's Fires, and another land for the Reservoir and the Channelers.
Yeah, I would assume that deck started with, 4 Goldspan
It
Dragon,
did
you know?
indeed.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, no, I'll just lower the curve, because that's what these decks look like.
Yeah.
But I think you need some more of the 2-mana removal to match up, just the way that the other threats in Standard are.
Yep.
I just don't think you can do that, because your removal isn't going to line up well enough, as we've seen a bit with Play with Fire. I do still think this card is good. You're going to want it. I mean, you know, I was able to shock your creature on turn 2, but you can't be relying too much on this card.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And I'm kind of going back and forth of how many Snakeskin Veils I actually want, if it's even a good card, but I'm going to give it a shot. I'm taking out Brushfire Elementals. I would probably take out Kessig Naturalist over this card, to be honest, but I really just want to try the new cards out a little bit more, and I think they're pretty similar. And in fact, Brushfire Elemental is like just okay now that we don't have Fabled Passage. Whenever it was that 2 mana take 5, it was really good, but now when we're not doing that kind of stuff, I'm not super interested in the card. I just wanted to be a little bit more aggressive in this deck, but we're going to try Snakeskin Veil. Going to be great against all this spot removal you have. You don't really have sweepers, so whenever I have the free mana to do this, it's going to be good. Toski paired up with my other... I don't know. I'm just going to call this Toblerone. You know, it's just the candy bar. Whenever you get paired up with that, any of my creatures connecting, I'm just divinationing off each of them. That seems gross. So I think if I get to that point of the game, I'm going to win. But also an indestructible threat that you really don't have an answer for outside of Disdainful Stroke.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. So I'll be trying to go nuts this game, if you will. Well, yep.
I'm not going to respond to that.
You just responded.
I was talking to the camera.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to respond to that.
Hey, I'm over here. Hey. All right, Rob, you got any questions here, bud?
I did have one about a new equipment in the set.
Okay.
The Mask of Grizzlebrand. Or Grizzlebrand's Mask, I believe.
Okay.
It's 1 black.
Lifelink. You can pay 7 life.
Legendary artifact equipment. A equipped creature has flying and lifelink. And whenever a equipped creature dies, you may pay X life, where X is its power. If you do, draw X cards, equip 3. So probably too expensive for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, probably, but that can be kind of disgusting in an aristocrat style deck.
This is so much mana.
It is a lot of mana.
Imagine, like, are you going to play it as a 6-drop so that you get to immediately equip? Because if you don't do that, then your opponent sees the equipment and holds up their removal spell.
Yeah.
Right? That's the problem I have, is that it's basically a 6-drop because otherwise your opponent sees it coming and is able to, tempo you out with their 2-mana removal for your 3-mana equip.
The one thing I can picture it with is it +1/+1 flying in?
No.
Just flying in lifelink. Okay, the one thing I can picture it with is like that 2-drop that if you don't have a decaying creature at end step, you make a decaying creature. And then just like for 3 mana, you get to throw it out at Divinate and gain 2 life because then it dies at end step.
So you're just divinationing every turn?
Yeah. 3 mana free divination in your black-red hyper-aggressive deck. Like the other card, like make a 3/1, it attacks. I forget. I sent it to you in a private message yesterday. I forget what the card costs, but I want to try black-red as well, and maybe something like that could fit in.
That synergy is interesting, but I think repeated divination is not really something I'm interested with in constructed.
Yeah.
But that is a cool synergy.
I mean, I'm literally trying to Toski you and Tovlar and do repeated divinations, but whatever.
But those come along for free as you're attacking with creatures
That's true.
that are large. This hand has no lands.
Okay. My hand is pretty awkward. Really awkward. But maybe it's a keep. I already took out one of these cards and I have 2 of them in hand. I don't think this is what I want. Like, if I lose this Wolfpack leader, I'm so dead. Just 2 light up the Knights. Oh, I was going to draw the 3rd Snakeskin Veil. Yeah, that would have been a rough one.
Or taking the mulligan.
Where I had
somebody clipped
playables. Where I had playables. Yeah, I know.
You could literally cast every spell in your hand.
I could.
Light up the first time you
light
ever
up the
mulligan your hand like that.
Turn 1, 0, go.
So we do have a question about another card.
Okay.
Called Bloodthirsty Adversary.
Okay.
1 and a red for a creature vampire 2/2. Has haste. When Bloodthirsty Adversary enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 and a red any number of times.
Oh, it's
when
one of these
you pay
cards,
this cost 1 or more times, put that many +1/+1 counters on Bloodthirsty Adversary, then exile up to that many target instant and or sorcery cards with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard and copy them. You may cast any number of the copies without paying their mana costs.
So you got 2 mana 2/2 haste or 5 mana 3/3 haste. That's a goblin. What was the Dark Dwellers? It's like a goblin.
There's
Dark
3
Dwellers.
or less.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is the same restriction Dark Dwellers had.
So I'm thinking like the first thing that sticks out is that black-red thing makes a 3/1, has flashback. That card kind of hits hard, right? That's all it is. 3/1 first turn. I think it has lifelink. Yeah.
Example.
Yeah. Or just like a removal spell.
Yeah, just hitting a removal spell. So it's a 3/3 haste, like FDK for 5 mana. I think this card's good.
Yeah, that card seems good.
Yeah.
I think the blue one's good too. I've been trying to find a home for the blue one, and I think I actually put a couple in my teamer deck at the end. I think that card can be really good if you pair it with like Jaspera Sentinel, Magda, Goldspan Dragon, where not only are you making it big,
what is the blue one exactly?
It phases things out.
And
so like,
is it a flyer?
It's a 2/1 flyer for 2. So it's rattle chains, stats and stuff. So, and then it was for 2. So for 4, it's a 3/2 flyer and phases 1 thing out. And I just picture that as like an alpha swing card. Like you attack with Goldspan Dragon, pre-blocks, make a treasure, sack it. Your 3 things can't block, you're dead.
Spectral Adversary, I believe, is the card you're talking about, right?
That's the one I'm talking about.
It's an ETB trigger, right? When you play the creature.
Yeah. So it phases stuff out for a turn.
So how are you? So it's just a 4 mana removal blocker.
Yeah. And it gets a +1 counter on it.
But it's not attacking in this Alpha Strike scenario.
No, but you're attacking with Goldspan Dragon to get the treasure is what I'm saying. And then you sack the treasures before blocker and let's say do it for 8 total and say 3 things
it
can't
has
block.
Flash?
Yeah, it's flash.
The blue one is flash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a 2/1 flash.
Skip that part.
Oh, yeah.
That's important.
That is important.
Okay.
Yeah. I figured you did your homework already, so but that's
There's a lot of cards.
That's true.
But this one in particular, being a haste creature, I think is really valuable because it makes the 2-drop mode a lot better.
Yeah.
I think some of the other ones, the 2-drop mode isn't that good. Black one's like 2/3 Death Touch. That's okay. But 2/2 haste for an aggressive deck is really nice, and having that versatility to still be good as you get to 5 mana. So
Yeah.
I like this card quite a bit.
I like that card a lot, and the one deck I have for sure that I want to build for Thursday is a black-red aggro deck. I don't know what's all there, if it's even possible, but there seems to be a lot of cards. Maybe it's black-red vampires, maybe it's just beatdowns, but I'm interested in that one.
Okay.
So Todd in chat brings up a good point. What do you think about Spectral Adversary to like save your own creatures sometimes?
Yeah, that was good too. I Todd, I was trying to, I even messaged you. I was like, God, is this card just broken? I was thinking phasing out, it would come back in. So I was thinking like phasing out Azeka's Chariots and Ranger class and then getting the tokens again. But then I learned that's not how phasing works.
I guess if you get an attack in with your gold span and then they untap and try to kill it and you get a second treasure, you can phase it out. So it protects Goldspan if they're tapped out, and they go to kill it on their turn.
If you have 2 mana already, right? Like you have to attack with Goldspan, get a treasure, and then if they go to kill it, you get second treasure, and then it saves it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you get another treasure, I think, right? Phases out. I don't know if it targets it to phase it.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah, so you get another treasure replacing it too. No, I think Goldspan Dragon and that Spectral card are going to actually be pretty nice together.
Be best friends.
Besties. All right. We both mulliganed, right?
Yep. And I will keep my 6 pretty happily.
I'm not going to happily keep, but I will keep. I think I just get rid of one of these.
Also, Goldspan is only target of a spell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's...
Yeah, I don't feel good about this. Maybe I'm just supposed to mulligan this too. Ugh.
Mulligan to 5.
I know. Yeah, I'm going to keep.
Island Pass.
All right. Not bad. I will just play a layer and I'll pass to you.
I will play Den of the Bugbear and pass.
Wolfpack Leader and I'll pass to you.
Instead, Burning Hands, the Wolfpack.
You would.
Island go.
All right. Veil and Mammoth, go. Glad I kept. My draws have been nice.
Mine have not. Island go.
My draws have been real nice. Okay, I have land trigger 5, yeah?
15.
Vroom vroom.
Yep.
Here you go. No disdainful stroke. What you doing over there, buddy? What you doing? Nothing chilling at the Holiday Inn? Got him.
Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Okay, let's go with land trigger. Crew.
Yep.
Goldspan Dragon.
Just another 2/3/4 dragon curve.
I kept an opener of 5 land Goldspan Dragon. I drew this, into this, into this, into I'll attack, target the cat,
Yeah.
get a treasure.
This is an attack for 13.
That's it, yeah.
Okay, I'll go 2.
Okay, pass to you.
Well, I guess I should probably just trade for the for
Yeah.
that thing.
My other draw was another Cadillac as well.
I'll be at 6.
Pass to you.
I kept 4 lands, Burning Hands, a Demi-Lich, and have drawn 3 lands, second Demi-Lich, Goldspan Dragon.
Yeah, we went the other way with this. I was very contemplating mulliganing, but I'm like, on the draw, going to 5, or just keeping a... Wow, and I just had the Blaze on top. No big deal. Okay. I think this was really no surprise to anyone that Gruul was going to be good, and I don't even think that by any means this is a perfect list. Like, I was trying out some stuff that I don't think would make the final list. Light up the stage, or light up the whatever. Light up the night, probably being one that is like a 1 of, maybe 2 of tops. I want to try it a little bit more, but I think the real true Gruul shell is the one I have in the third deck. It's not just Gruul. I'm not just playing 2 Gruul decks, but I'm trying it in a nice teamer deck. But I think I've combined all the key 24 cards or whatever that you for sure want to start with, and then you can add a color, you can add whatever you want with it. But yeah.
And as far as the Izzet deck goes, it was doing some good things. I think it needs to be less aggressive and more of a control deck. get the better removal and slow down a little bit. You're still going to play a lot of 1-mana spells, so your Demi-Liches and Poppet Stitchers are good. Demi-Lich looked good in the deck. Poppet Stitcher was only able to cast once, but you killed it immediately, and had you not, it would have been good, I promise.
Yeah, I bet. I think the one thing that worries me about Poppet and Demi-Lich, though, is I think the go-to removal spell, at least for red decks now, is going to be Dragon's Fire.
Yeah.
I think that's the go-to, just because Goldspan Dragon is going to be paired with them no matter what, so it's already maybe 4. And otherwise, it's just Scorching Dragonfire is gone, right?
Yeah.
And
as is Fire Prophecy.
As is Fire Prophecy. So those were the main ones. And now it's like, do you main deck? It's either Frostbite or Burning Hands. And, main decking Burning Hands is a little rough.
You also play with Fire, so you do have some options, but I agree with you. I think Dragon's will definitely be a player. So that is worrisome. But that's another reason to be set up as a control deck, so that you're okay making those trades.
Yeah.
So I think that's just continues to push me further in that direction, that the deck should be a little bit bigger. You still want cheap spells because they combine really well with your strategic plannings and expressive iterations, so you don't fall behind, and then you're able to take over, maybe not on turn 4 in a lot of games, but like turn 5 and 6.
Did you ever think of Rowan, is it Planeswalker?
I did, but I want to play a bunch of 1-mana spells anyway, and it doesn't work well with the 1-mana spells, so I think it's just a different style card.
Okay, because it's like cool if you go down.
It doesn't work with expressive iteration.
It's not, expressive iteration, you just play no matter what, but I'm interested in trying that, because that card was close, right? Like, that card was pretty close when we played it in Standard, when we tried it during preview season, but, God, what was it? It was like, that card curves into, like, it'd be a great home with Alrund's Epiphany, like, Behold, strategic planning maybe still. Yeah. All right. I might have to try a Rowan.
That's a different kind of deck. You're going big as opposed to wide. You're going tall.
Yeah, because you can play Galazeth, Prismari, Goldspan Dragon, Alrund's Epiphany, and Rowan. Oh, yeah. I'll be trying that for Thursday. That sounds pretty sweet.
Yeah, that could be good, but that's a different style of deck.
Yeah, you're right. That wouldn't be a Demi-Lich deck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And this is what I love the most, y'all, is just being able to do some brewing while we do the show and then completely forget all these ideas by the time we get done with the show. and go on from there. So that's going to do it for the first match. Next round, I'm going to be playing Orzhov Angels deck. There's a couple 5-drop Angels that we're trying out. The Angel shell was already pretty strong because it's almost all intact, right? Didn't really lose anything. Vanishing Verse is one of the best removal spells now, and I think it's going to be quite good moving forward. So I'm excited to try this Angel shell with the new Black-White Angel Lisa or Liesa or something. Yeah. Something like that. That card looks...
call it Lisa.
Yeah, I like Lisa. Yeah. Looks really strong. Gonna test that one out. And just spot removal in general, I think, is unbound with adventure creatures and not everything redrawing you a card. That was the big thing, is you just can't play main deck power word kill. You can't play Humiliate. You can't play Vanishing Verse, because it's just like, all these cards replace itself. You don't win by 1-for-1ing. Different story now. I think it might be unlocked. We'll see.
Yeah. And I'm going to be playing a mono black mid-range deck. I think there's a lot of depth in the black cards in the format.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes. So a lot of new cards in the deck. It should be pretty cool.
Yeah, and I have the main reason we wanted to kind of put up in this matchup, I have 4 foul play in the sideboard, and I think up against a somewhat aggressive deck, that card's going to be really, really sweet. Removal spell plus eventually draw a card. So I'm excited to try that out in the sideboard game as well. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with round number 2 here on Versus Live. All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live. My name is Corey Baumeister.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And we got Rob in the booth. Say, I love new Magic cards, Rob.
I love new Magic cards, Rob.
Who doesn't? Let me tell you, it is new Magic cards here on Versus Live. Innistrad Midnight Hunt has arrived to at least our battlefields. Not necessarily everyone's battlefields yet, so... ha, we get to play new cards and you don't quit yet. Just kidding. But hey, that's how it feels like at the beginning.
I'm not kidding at all.
Yeah, it is pretty nice. So we are just trying a bunch of new standard decks here for, the foreseeable future until we actually all get our hands on the new cards here when it comes on Arena. So I took down the first one with Gruul, which I think is probably the most hyped. Cards look good. Didn't even cast Arlen. Didn't even cast the new 3-drop, Toblerone. Yeah, I didn't get to cast that yet, but even the rest of the cards just look good. The shell for Gruul before this was already strong. Adding some more insane werewolves to it, who would have guessed it's going to be good. That one solved itself. That
It was like, okay, Lovestruck Beast, Edgewalling Keeper, and Bonecrusher are leaving. Here's 12 other great cards.
Exactly. We're going to make deck building easy on everyone, so we thank you for that, Wizards, because that one felt pushed. But as far as a deck that maybe doesn't seem super pushed, there's a decent amount of Angels in, and we already had a pretty good Orzhov Angels deck, but it just, once again, could not compete with way over-the-top effects like Great Henge, Embercleave specifically. So wasn't really a deck before, but there's some powerful ones that were already in Standard. Furjaw's Retribution, that saga is insane. A lot of good removal. Vanishing Verse is great. And then here are my 2 additions, both 5-drop, so it's slightly awkward. We got Lisa, Forgotten Archangel. Just a really tough card to kill. All your stuff gets exiled. If I play this and then attack with all my angels and you're trying to block or something, I'll get them back if they die, as well as just good stats as far as being able to be killed or not. So we'll see if this card is good. I have high hopes, but it could be maybe just too expensive.
It's one of those cards to me that just depends on what removal is being played.
Exactly.
How easy is it to kill in the metagame? If it's not easy to kill, it'll be good. If it is easy, it won't be good.
Exactly. And I mean, the one thing that makes it a little tougher to kill is the creature type. It's an angel. Power Word Kill is not really going to do it. Heartless Act is gone now, right?
Heartless Act is gone. Eliminate is gone.
Yeah.
So Power Word Kill sort of steps up as a default option. And that's what's in my deck. So at least for the first 2 games.
Yeah, and I see this removal spell. I was looking at that one a lot too, and I think, maybe in the black-red aggro deck that has a lot of weird lifelink that we're already kind of talking about with the equipment and like the 3/1s, maybe that's not a big cost, but for the most part, that is a cost. 2 life adds up pretty quick.
Yeah, so I've only got 2 copies of the Infernal Grasp. I didn't want to play too many, but I like it in small numbers to round out your removal suite. Make sure you have outs to everything.
Yeah.
In this case, I do have a bit of life gain from Graveyard Trespasser, which is a card I like quite a bit.
That card is sweet.
I think this is going to be the main card I'm looking at in this deck. Hard to find a home for it, just because it's sort of a mid-range threat. It doesn't fit into the aggressive decks in black because it's not a vampire or a zombie. But the mono black has plenty of good removal and plenty of good threats. You talked about playing cards that weren't good for the last year because it was too easy to go over the top of them. I've got planeswalkers like Lulth, Professor Onyx. I have powerful effects like Blood on the Snow against other mid-range and aggressive decks. Which is one of the main reasons that I'm a snow deck.
I'm afraid of Blood on the Snow. That's a scary one. But if I have this in play, not as bad.
Well, but if I have this in play, then all your stuff gets exiled.
Well, if I have this and then you have that. Yeah. I get it.
The other thing I like with Graveyard Trespasser is it combos very well with Ebon Death. As a 4-mana flash threat. So you play the Graveyard Trespasser on 3, turn 4, you get to pass the turn, go to night, get a Graveyard Glutton, start eating up that graveyard really quickly, and then you still get to play your Ebon Death, and suddenly that's a huge clock. Because Graveyard Glutton attacks for 4, can potentially drain for 2 if there's 2 creatures to exile, and you got a 5-power flyer. That's up to 11 damage.
That is pretty sweet.
Just with 2 threats. So this is we're both just sort of playing mopey mid-range decks. Which should be a lot better in this Standard environment that they have been, and it's just going to be fun Magic.
It's going to be fun Magic, and I agree. Another deck that I've been really wanting to play is some mopey green-black X deck with Binding the Old Gods and just like some loss or something. Tangled Florhedron as a land or a ramp spell and just a bunch of removal. Like a deck that if I would have told you I was going to build that last set, you'd be like, wow, you're stupid. Sure, we'll try it here, but it is not going to beat Lovestruck Beast and stuff, and you'd be right. But we're in a different world.
So the old Golgari Adventures, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to play these cards, but in a much worse shell.
Exactly.
That doesn't actually end the game.
And I'm here for it. So, I'm guessing you are going to be going first.
I will indeed.
This is definitely the deck that I think out of all 3 of mine is the worst, but we'll see. It still could be pretty strong.
Yeah, we could just be sort of blinded by the fact that Standard has been so warped by these really powerful cards.
Yeah, these are good cards now, and they just don't really know,
Yep. I will keep my hand.
Yeah, I'll try. Not amazing or anything.
Swamp and pass.
Okay, I have a Plains and I'll pass.
How about a Skyclave Shade?
Oh, that's a good one.
You're up.
That was not a good one, but I will play this Pathway, and I will pass to you.
Attack for 3.
I'll take it. 17.
17, he says.
That's what I said.
A Faceless Haven and a Jadar.
What is that one again? Oh, if you control no creatures with decay.
I would like to go to my end step.
I will say no. Vanish it.
Vanishing Verse. Honestly, pretty happy that it hits that instead of the Skyclave Shade.
Yeah, I was. Only reason I didn't is because I have a 2/4, but I figured that was worth, and the other 3/3 would be a little bit worse, but maybe I was wrong on that.
Well, I was just going to attack with the Faceless Haven, but now I have a Giza, so I guess I'll play a 4/4
Okay.
and pass the turn.
You geezer. And yeah, this is the one where you can cast my stuff if you kill it?
I don't cast it, it just comes back, but it has Decayed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So whenever a creature you control dies, it's going to exile instead, and then at the beginning of my upkeep, all creatures exiled with Giza come back, and they have Decayed.
Okay, well, I got a Furja's Retribution. I'm going to gain 4 life.
Brings you to 21.
We got angels somewhere around here, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Got him. Ari, help me. So yeah, I go to 21. This is when I have 7 or more life. So if it's I want to attack, then I will. Yeah, I'm gonna hold back. I'll pass to you in case you kill Ari. Yeah, it doesn't really work great with tokens for what it's worth. You don't get those back.
Yeah. I will attack with Giza and Skyclave Shade.
Why?
Why not?
I will. Don't want to block Giza, the old Giza, but the Skyclave Shade could just be you wanting to replay it as a 5/3. It doesn't bring your own stuff back. Yeah, whatever. I'll walk into whatever trick you got.
Take 4.
Yep.
Brings you to 17.
17.
I will indeed play a land and recast it. It's going to be an Agadine, though, so I'll take 3.
Okay.
Gets me to 17.
Okay.
Cast the Skyclave Shade with Kicker
You got it.
and pass the turn.
I will draw. Oh, what a tilt. Chapter 2. Destroy creature with power less than this creature's power. So that doesn't help me out too much.
Nope.
I have a land.
What does this part of the cycle do?
Makes an angel.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, I know, right?
All the other ones are like, make 2 1/1s.
Yeah, well, the green-red one's good, too, but it's just so expensive.
Destroy a land, make a 4/4.
Yeah. So I'm going to play this. Gain 3 life.
Brings you to 20.
20. I cannot destroy anything with this chapter 2 of Furja's Retribution, so that's not that cool. I'm for sure going to attack with this. Yeah, we'll get in there for 6.
Brings me to 11.
And I'll pass to you. Now I'm presenting lethal.
I will attack you for 9.
11.
I will then pass the turn.
Okay. I will draw my card. Head to chapter 3. Double strikes.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna play a land. And just debating if I want to do anything pre-combat. It's already lethal here, but I guess I can pump this. It comes back right away?
No, on my upkeep.
Okay. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That doesn't really change my clock, and I'd like to know what you're going to do in combat. So I will attack.
Okay. I will cast a Soul Shatter.
Sacrifice this.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll take 10.
Yep. Wow, I'm stupid.
Yes, he did it!
I was like, if you're going to kill one thing, it's going to be this.
I just happened to have the one removal spell.
Jesus. And then this will come back if this is still in play, right? But if it's not in play, it won't come back.
Correct.
All right. All right. I guess I got a Kaya, and we'll exile this. And pass to you. Oh, stupid of me.
I will attack Kaya.
This one is tempting to block, just because you could just have blood on the snow. And I would like to keep Kaya around if that's the case. Yeah, I'll block.
Kind of makes sense, because if I had another removal spell, I probably would have used it.
Yep.
And that's the Punisher case here for Corey's. If he blocks and I just kill this,
Yep.
I, of course, do have blood on the snow. And
Yep.
missed my land drop the turn before.
Yeah.
Drew the land this turn. I do get to return the Skyclave Shade, though it'll be a 3/1.
Yeah. You can destroy planeswalkers instead.
That will leave me dead.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying it's an option.
And then I'll pass the turn.
All right. All right. I got an Enduring Angel. Got a new card. Put a counter on it. I guess we'll just go with one of these, and I'll pass to you.
So now when it dies, you get a Spirit.
I get a Spirit, and this just comes back, I believe, right? Yeah. But if you got a Thoughtseize, no, you can't. Can't do that.
Well, that is the one card that lets me live, I guess.
Okay.
I will play Lolth
Okay.
and make some spiders.
Okay. That's pretty lame.
And pass the turn.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Draw. Let's attack you.
Block.
Good call. And Righteous Valky.
This gets a...
Yep. And I'll put another counter on this, and then I'll pass to you. Yeah, I could have played Enduring Angel the turn when you were at when I put you to 1 and won the game on the spot. But I decided not to do that. Would you like to draw a card?
You know what? I would not.
Okay. Well, I bet you would. Angels, angels, angels. I have no idea how this Kaya interaction works, where if you actually put my life total to 0, by the way. I'm just kind of hoping that doesn't happen. Because this would exile and it would transform and I'd stay alive, but this brings it back to my hand. So, yeah, who knows? Not a clue. Rob, we need you to figure that out, okay? Need you to contact a judge.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
How do I need to play this?
I think you need to cast Power Word Kill on one of my creatures.
I think, oddly enough, what I need to do is
Kill your own creature?
cast Blood on the Snow for Planeswalkers, and then return the Lolth, because I have 5 snow mana, and get 2 more spiders.
Cool.
So that will be my plan.
Yeah, you can do the same for creatures and then still make spiders.
Yeah,
but
I need to get the Kaya off the battlefield.
Yeah.
This is the big thing.
Okay.
And
Destroys,
so,
right?
Yeah, so this will end with a 4, and then I'll -3 it.
Okay.
So it'll end with 1 loyalty, and I'll have 2 more spiders.
Okay.
And then I'll pass the turn.
All right.
So I don't want to like kill creatures and let you just recast and then put more Ghost Form counters on, and it just doesn't really get me out of the hole.
That's true. Okie dokie. Well, let's go with... I'm going to make a 4/4.
Gain 4 to 15.
Yep. And then I'm going to attack these to your face.
I will chump both of them, get 2 counters on Lolth.
Okay, then I'll play this land tapped, and I'll Vanishing Birth Lolth. Past you.
I'm probably dead.
All right, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Vanishing Verse, looking great against the mono black deck. Who would have guessed?
Yeah, I've got Professor Onyx. I could deal with 1 creature. I guess you'll still get a Spirit.
I'll still get a Spirit.
But you'd have 3 attackers then, and if I had the Lolth, I'd be able to make 2 more spiders again.
True.
The Lolth would go away.
But the thing, I'm getting these creatures back just to replay them too with the Ghostfire counter, so that's pretty nice.
But then if I could draw
the
a...
land requires you to sack a creature before making a 4/4.
What is it? This one?
Oh, yeah, it says sacrifice the land and a creature.
And a creature? This card's unplayable.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. You just sack this, put it into your hand, and have a Spirit, and I'm still dead.
Yeah, and I'll do that post.
Yeah, you just do it
post-combat. Yeah, actually, it might be better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I'd put that card in my deck then, because that seems bad.
Yeah, but I'm still dead.
But you're still dead, yeah. Okay, thanks, chat.
Yeah.
Haven't cast this card yet, or haven't played that one, but that's much worse than I thought.
Yeah, really just needed to have a removal spell for the 4/4 before it dealt me 1,000,000 damage.
Yeah.
Because then I would have had a lot more options, and unfortunately, just the only removal I drew was 2 blood on the snows.
Yeah.
And I missed my 6th land drop.
Yeah,
But,
that's fair.
You can't really expect to make 6 land drops all the time.
Rob, can I just get a 1 of each basic to replace these? This card's unplayable then. I should learn to read. Yeah, you can't, especially in this Angel deck. I'm playing
too much about you and reading.
Yeah. In an Angel deck, you're not casting a bunch of creatures that are expendable. You know, all your creatures are big and important.
Are you sure you want 1 of each basic and not 2 swamps?
And just 2 swamps? Well, you already got 1 of each basics in your hand, so I'll just go with that. All right. I did run the numbers very carefully on how many sources I need, of course, but... All right, Angel's looking okay. Some powerful stuff, but nothing to write home about so far.
Yeah.
Vanishing Verse looked awesome.
And, the life gain there from your deck was also pretty relevant.
It was.
You were at 11. If you had been at 4, like you normally would have been, then the Faceless Haven starts getting kind of threatening along with the Skyclave Shade. You probably don't get to be as aggressive as you were.
Yeah. But to be fair, I start with 23 life if I have Enduring Angel in play, so... And then that card gains life. The flip side of that card is messed up. The flip side of this is nice. Like, equal to your life total, and then when it attacks, you double your life total. Like, that's pretty insane, because if I can go pre-combat, and I have the 2/4 in play, drop a 4/4 Angel, go up to 7, attack, go to 14, and then it's a 14/14. You know? I like that. It's pretty insane. So when that's in play, I do not imagine too many people are going to attack for lethal damage. You're going to wait till you kill that.
Yeah.
And not a ton that... I mean, I guess Dragonfire just kills it pretty cleanly.
That is the issue. It's a 3 toughness creature at 5 mana, which is...
less than desirable.
Okay.
All right, what do you got, Punk?
Looks like I got a solid hand. I will keep it.
Lucky. Ooh, I got a bunch of snarls and no basics. I'm in.
I got a swamp.
Okay. Snarl. Go.
I have a swamp and a Jadar. In step, I'll get a zombie with Decayed.
That's pretty cool. Poor Justin Parnell, just getting decayed. Let's go with a land, and I'll pass to you. And no matter what, decay is on the creature, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Faceless Haven, attack for 3.
I'll take it.
Brings you to 17.
Yep.
End step, end of combat, that goes away.
Okay.
Then I will play Graveyard Trespasser. It is now day.
It is now day.
Go to my end step, get a zombie.
Oh, you get it every turn like that?
If I don't have a creature with Decayed, I get one.
When an attack sacrifice
Yes,
it. Okay.
the creature gets attacked at end of combat when it attacks.
I'm going to do this to something. I don't know what. This comes with me having to discard a card, huh?
Yep.
Otherwise, it's just a 3/3. The flip side, it's just a 4/4 with the same abilities, essentially,
I can
right?
exile up to 2 cards from graveyards, and for each creature you exile, you drain 1.
Okay. So, I think that is the more important threat, unfortunately. So, yeah, I'm going to 2-for-1 myself here. That sucks.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Get wrecked, me.
Let's just leave both of these over here, and then we'll...
Yeah. Okay, so I got this and a Valky. Pass to you.
Okay, so I have a couple options here. Let's start by attacking with the Decayed Zombie.
Block.
I will take 3 for an Agadeem untapped, go to 17.
Okay.
End step, get another zombie.
Okay.
Pass the turn, it becomes night.
Okay.
Please continue with your turn.
Please. Okay. I drew, I think, a card. Yeah, I did. It's a card. You know what? That's not going to get old until at least the 15th time, so I'm in for it. What does that 5/2 do again? Is it a flyer? Like,
It is
give
a
me the
flyer
Oracle
with
text.
flash that enters the battlefield tapped, and I can cast it from my graveyard if another creature died this turn. Or creature not named Ebon Death.
Okay.
But say a Decay Zombie, if that dies, then
Kind of cute.
you can cast it.
Okay, I'm gonna take 3
Go to 14.
and go with Furja's Retribution.
Oh, so the same curve you had last game.
Yeah, I did. I did indeed curve something into something.
Brings you to 18.
Yep. And do I want to attack? Would I block that 5/2 anyways? Probably not, but I would block the decaying stuff, so I'll pass to you.
Okay, end step, I'll play Ebon Death.
I called it. I'm so good. That is a big creature, though. Holy cow. I love previous season. We just like our creatures that we really need to live. They live. We're not interacting. Forget that. That's no fun.
Let's attack.
Oh, block with Ari.
Okay, you take 5.
Yep.
Go to 13.
Going to end step? I like that.
Yeah, I'll eventually get the zombie back.
Okay.
But
What you got? You got the goods?
sort of.
He says confidently.
Well, I have an Infernal Grasp. It's just which creature I want to kill.
Okay. Yeah, that's tough.
And I'm mainly just scared of the third chapter of Furja's Retribution killing
Yeah. Yep. That's a good reason.
me. Either creature can tap to kill the Jadar,
Yep.
but if I kill the 4/4, then you're not going to attack me for any damage. You're not dealing me a whole ton with the Furja's Retribution. You are just going to gain a bunch of life, but I don't think that's the axis this game is played on. And I've already dealt you a fair amount. I don't think you're going to get to 27 in this game.
That's true.
Unless you have another Valkyrie, maybe.
That'd be righteous. Righteous.
I think I'm going to kill the token.
All right.
I lose 2 life. I go to 15.
Okay.
I'll tap like that for it. And then end step, I'll get my Decaying Zombie.
Alrighty. A draw. Chapter 2. Well, I was going to cast my other 4 mana Make an Angel card, but I guess I'll just play the one that's better. We'll go with another one of these and gain 4.
17.
And yeah, we'll just get this thing out of there and I'll pass to you. Look at Ari just coming back turn after turn, smirk looking at you, just be like, yeah, deal with it. Furja's Retribution is a sleeper card that was unplayable, but I think now will be actually pretty decent. Even if you don't make an all-out Angel deck, it just might be good. It just might be a decent Saga. You can blink it with Yorion and like, yeah, I mean, just kind of go off. Nothing? Neither of you? Okay, fine. Whatever. I'll just remain silent.
Sounds great.
Sounds great, Ross says. Best versus live you could have, huh? You in a pickle?
Yeah, my draw has been very awkward.
Excellent, excellent. My draw is basically the same. All my cards kind of do the same thing. 4 mana, I'm probably putting a 4/4 Angel into play. There's so many cards that do that. On 2, I basically have 1 creature, good removal. I played some Humiliates that I haven't seen. That I don't know if it's just an awful draw or not, but one card I'm interested to see that I think will still be good is Luminarch Aspirant. That's one that is sticking around and I think will still be pretty strong. I don't know if we'll see it in just mono white aggro like we saw before, but
Pass the turn.
that's dead.
No, it didn't attack.
It decayed though.
When it attacks, you sack it at end of combat.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, they can't block. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Draw chapters.
Yep.
I will declare attacks.
Block.
Okay. Yep. And I guess do I want to attack with this too? Yeah, sorry, I'll attack with this too.
Yeah.
My bad.
Make the same block. Take 4.
'Kay.
I'm at 11.
11. Will for sure kill. Is there anything you can flash that back, right? But that doesn't. I don't have much to do about that. Yeah. Okay. We'll just kill this. And then I will take 3.
14.
I will cast this magic card.
Gain 3 to 17.
Yep, which does essentially nothing right now. And then I will foretell a magic card. And then I'll pass to you.
Yeah, because you just don't have a creature.
I don't have a creature yet. And then
Okay.
foretell.
On your end step, I'll recast this Ebb and Death,
Okay.
seeing as the zombie died. Okay, well, at least I drew my 5th land
Is it
finally.
Loth the
for this
clock?
Loth.
Yep.
And I'll make some spiders.
Okay.
And I will...
It's going to be nice.
You're going to make 2 angels with the Starnheim thing. Gain 8, go to 25. You have to be at 27.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Less nice.
I will pass the turn.
Less nice. I was thinking I was going to be able to attack and kill this. Which would be disgusting. Okay. Chapter 3. I probably, God, I want to deal with Loth, but feels bad. Especially with you having blood on the snow, I should just completely ignore Loth, I think. You missed your land drop, but pretty likely you have one. Can't bring back Loth, though. That's a big thing. Oh, yeah, and never mind. I don't have the ability to kill anything, so my turn gets a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, you just have a bunch of double striking angels.
Yep, that's fair. But you have 3 blockers. Probably just going to be block 3 and go from there, which is bad for me. All right. Attack all to you.
And I have a bit of an interesting decision. I would like the Ebb and Death to trade for an angel later on, if it can. But I also want to get the Loth up to 4, so I can make 2 more spiders and keep it around.
Yep.
And I can't do both.
You could triple block and kill this. It's a play available for you.
I will choose the line of blocking 2 of them and taking 4.
Put you to 7.
Puts me to 7. Loth up to 3.
Yep. Then I'm going to play a land. I pretty much have a board big enough. Maybe not. Just wondering if I want to extend any more. Because now you got a chance to draw land to Blood in the Snow as well. With that block, it does lead me to believe you do not have it. Which is something I should take into account. Yeah, YOLO, 2 angels, gain 8. Pass to you.
25. Yeah.
Yep.
Draw a card.
Okay, down to 6.
These were not the cards I needed to draw.
Well, power word kill. You got a lot of targets. Did you have it?
No, my draw of 3 Jadars, both Ebon Deaths, was not good.
Yeah, I just had another Star Hive. Yeah, Bloodthirst would have been okay. But at this point of the game, I was very, very afraid. I'm like, if you Wrath me, what on earth am I doing outside of that? You know, like, what's my follow-up? And it's like, maybe if this is foretold, I get to do it again. But this deck does not feel like it does very well with a Wrath unless I have Lisa. Lisa there would have been an insane play. You're dead then. You're dead. I guess I only get these back, but what do you think of this card, too? That card might just not be playable.
I think it's just nice to have in your curve.
Yeah,
right?
Just 3 mana, 3/3 angel. Yeah. I don't have a lot of 3 jobs, just that and Valky.
So far, I just haven't drawn my removal. And there's a lot of it.
Oh, no, you did too. You draw power word kill.
So hopefully I can do a little bit better at drawing my removal spells in the post-sideboard games.
Good call. Maybe take out those power word kills, buddy. That's maybe not a good one against the Angel deck. So, yeah, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with sideboarding here between Angels and Mono Black Midrange. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Mono Black Midrange and Orzhov Angels. On my side of things, just upgrading my disruption and actually going for a little bit more disruption by cutting some of the cheap threats. Jadar, being a legend, has some issues when you draw a ton of them, like I did in game 2.
Yep.
And against Corey's just wave of giant creatures, it can be difficult to get the token through each time. So I'm trimming 1 Jadar, cutting the 1 Null Priest of Oblivion, and then obviously cutting the power word kills, which are blank pieces of cardboard.
Yeah.
We've got some Check for Traps as a discard spell, which is nice, and then Array of Enfeeblement, which is, of course, an excellent removal spell in this matchup.
1 mana kill an angel? Yeah, that's supposed to be only for Winota, but yeah, I guess we don't have to deal with that anymore. That's a nice one. Holy cow. Okay. From my end, I'm just taking out 2 Resplendent Marshals. I think it's the worst card in my deck. Bringing in some cards that I think are going to be great. I want to get that key Blood in the Snow, as well as just kill everything you have. So your 1 mana card kills everything I have. I got to pay 2, so that's a little frustrating, but just some minor changes here. But wow, Ray of Enfeeblement, I think I should even just have in my deck too. Once again, it's all going to be metagame dependent on what kind of sideboard cards we want like that. If it's Rays, if it's Burning Hands, but it seems like there's really good sideboard removal for a lot of things, in a lot of different colors. So it'll just be, once we get a more firm picture of exactly what it's going to look like, we'll know what to bring in and stuff.
But I particularly like the Color Hose Recycle from AFR because they're not completely dead in other matchups.
Yeah.
So there's going to be, a mono red deck that plays Hall Monitor and a couple other 1 toughness creatures, and you're going to be able to play it. And so, sometimes it won't be able to kill a creature, but it'll just gain you some life, and that'll be relevant.
Yeah.
It'll set up a good block, and sometimes it'll just still trade for their 1-drop, which is exactly what you want to be doing anyway.
True.
And then you get
Aether Gust against like mono white or something was not great, even though that card is bananas. But yeah.
So the high floor on those cards combined with a relatively high ceiling in certain matchups makes them very easy cards to sideboard.
Very good. I agree. Okay, I'm guessing you want to go first?
I do indeed.
All right. Ooh, a risky one. I'm in.
Mine is also kind of risky, but I will keep.
Okay, let's do it.
I'll lead on a swamp.
That's not exactly what we wanted. I got a swamp as well. Pass to you.
I will check for some traps.
Okay, I was about to trap you as well. My hand needs a land. Needs a land badly. You just take any card. You lose a life.
If it's an instant or sorcery, the opponent loses the life.
Okay.
Or a card to flash. Otherwise, I lose the life.
Okay. So you can make me lose a life if you take this, or you use a life and you can take one of my other things.
Yep.
Okay.
And I will take the Humiliate.
Yeah, that was my only play next turn.
You're 19. You're up.
Land, please. I'll take a snarl now instead of a snarl next turn, please. Your go.
Okay. I hit a land. That's good.
Okay. You needed one too?
Yeah.
Not cool.
And I am going to play a... Yeah, I'll check for traps again.
You can still make me lose a life. I did not hit a land.
Once again, I found myself not drawing removal, so I kind of want to take one of the Valkyries.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
All right, you're at 19?
Yep. Pass the turn. They're exiled, by the way.
Okay. One time. Bang. Your go. Wrong one, though. Now I got to sweat the top decking of white land.
I will play Jadar and step get a zombie.
Okay. Okay, not the worst. Let's kill that. I will foretell a card, which it could be anything. And I'll attack for 2.
17.
Pass to you.
Okay. Now I've got a Faceless Haven.
Okay. That was a jerk move.
So, do I want to try to stabilize this card, or do I want to try to hope to draw some removal? I think... Yeah, I guess I will just pass the turn.
Don't want to attack?
No.
Okay. All right. I will attack for 2.
15.
Bang! Got there. I got a 4/4 angel. I'll gain 4.
You're at 23.
Here you go.
And step, I've got Ebon Death.
Yep.
And now I'm in trouble.
Yeah. And I guess it doesn't matter. Lisa, I believe, is 2 white, black, 2 colorless, Rob. That's one card we didn't get the mana cost on.
So,
Which means it's free, right?
because Corey hit the plains, I am now required to attack. Otherwise, this Starnheim Unleashed is going to get Corey to 27.
It's a Behold the Multiverse, actually.
So I will attack with Ebon Death.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Brings you to 18.
Uh-huh.
I've got a Swamp and a Giza.
Okay.
And then I'll pass the turn.
Tell you what, Corey, it's free if you wear closed-toed shoes.
I'm sorry?
It's free if you wear closed-toed shoes.
Oh, well, Ross, you can't pay for it either. All
I
right.
need to draw removal spells. I can't do it.
Draw, chapter 2.
This is like the most removal I've put in a deck in 2 years.
Yeah. Power less than this creature's power. Why can't it be less than
the only one you get to kill is that one.
Why can't it be less than or equal to? That's not fair.
Land 5, make 2 angels, kill me.
No, much, much worse. I'll just make 1 angel. I'll make it this way, gain 4.
Brings you to 22.
Yep, and then I will get in there
I
for
will
6.
take 6, go to 9.
And then I will kill this. And then pass to you.
I don't even know what I can draw.
You know what you need? Legion's End. Is that legal? I think that card actually is legal, right? No, that actually I don't even think that card was legal in the last standard. Yeah, that was like it takes me so long.
Like Core 2020.
Yeah, it really was. It takes me so long to like completely shut off what cards were legal in last standard to the new standard. So bear with me, Chad. I'll be suggesting, Veil of Summer for a couple more weeks.
I'm literally just drawing all creatures again.
Yeah.
Just every game, I just can't draw removal.
And then I was going to draw this and either have Lisa, Kaya, or 2 4/4 angels. You're dead.
I've gone, well, that can kind of remove something, maybe.
I don't think Professor Onyx is a good card, by the way. I think Loth looked awesome. But Onyx I was just not afraid of.
Well, you weren't afraid of it because I never drew removal spells to kill your things.
See?
Yeah. Planeswalkers are bad when you're behind on the battlefield. That's very true.
Well,
maybe I guess I just don't have as much removal as I thought, and I need to play more.
You know what I'm thinking you don't have anymore? I think you've just lost it. You know, you haven't won a match in a full week. You know, you're starting off 0-2 here. Have you considered that you're just washed? You're just completely washed up? You never know.
I guess I just don't have enough.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, power word kill being bad specifically against angels is obviously a problem.
Yeah, that's true. That's
and
true.
this is only this is only 9 spot removal spells, which is not
it's not an insane
a huge
amount.
But I've got 9 spot removal spells, the Professor Onyx, and the Blood on the Snows. So once I get if I draw 1, maybe 2 of these, that's supposed to buy me time until I get to 6.
You know what card would be insane out of your sideboard? Foul play. Hit my angels. Investigate. Like, that seems like what you were really looking for, is ways to make sure you hit your land drop plus kill angels.
Yeah, obviously
it gets awkward.
It would be good against angel tokens, yes.
But I mean, the 8 of my cards is that, right?
Yes.
Like,
but I'm building
angels
the deck in general as opposed to building it specifically against your deck.
No. But I'm saying just as a sideboard card, I think that's a good card and something to bring in against me. I have 12 hits. You know.
I'm lower on that card than you are.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to sideboarding removal against aggressive decks, mana efficiency is key.
Yeah.
And you don't win the game by drawing an extra card off your early removal spell. You win the game by buying enough time to get to your really powerful 5 and 6 and 7 mana plays.
Yeah.
And in this case, it's Professor Onyx with a stable battlefield or Blood on the Snow.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't ever able to do that. Granted, you also had Furja's Retribution every game to put a ton of pressure on me. That was a problem.
That card's good. That card's good.
Yeah.
That card's really good.
So, there probably just needs to be a little bit more removal, I guess. And a few fewer creatures, but I just never drew any. Okay?
Yeah.
I saw 1 Soul Shatter in 3 games, 0 Bloodchief's Thirst, 1 Infernal Grasp.
Which one's
Zero
the
Hogger
black
Mauling.
cycle or the pump thing, like pay X amount of times? Like, there's one from each color, right?
It's a 2-mana 2/3 zombie that like exiles creature cards from graveyards and makes decayed zombies.
Oh, it's decayed zombies?
Yes.
Okay, because I was going to say something like that, maybe that you wanted as like a nice mana sink would be okay, but that doesn't seem
maybe
right.
that's a better... once you get more removal in the deck and make it more controlling, then like one of Jadar and Skycliffe Shade probably has to become something more defensive.
I also don't think you should be an Academ's Awakening deck. I just don't think you should play that card with Snowlands and stuff too. It did not look good. And like for it to be really good as you're hitting like a 3-drop, a 4-drop, maybe your 2-drop. You have no 1-drops, right?
I have no 1s, but I have 2s, 3s, and 4s.
Yeah, so like, I mean, even to make it okay, it's 2 and 3, and that's already 6 mana. That's your Onyx turn. So maybe it's still fine as a land, but it led to some awkwardness when you wanted to Faithless Haven, and maybe it's just a 1 of a 2 of or something, but yeah.
Yeah, instead of 3. I think I needed another land. Mostly it was just I never drew removal. I kept drawing all of the creatures, and that's not what I needed in this matchup.
Yeah.
But, Furja's Retribution definitely seems like the kind of card that can be really good in this post-rotation format.
And I'm really curious about the card in a non-angel shell too. Like
just as a standalone.
Yeah, like I kind of want to try an Abzan just completely medium ass deck. That is just like Furja's Furja's and Binding as like the 4-drops, and then maybe like Loth as the 5-drop, and just kind of keep it mopey mid-range style, have a lot of good 2-mana removals like Tangled Florhedron as a 2-drop that could ramp, and try something like that. Maybe it's bad though.
I think it's a fine standalone card.
Yeah.
It is just a 4-mana 4/4 that's going to die a lot.
Yeah.
Against red removal, they're going to have a hard time dealing with it.
True.
And if your opponent doesn't kill it, I mean, it's going to be attacking for 4 and then killing a creature and then attacking for 8.
Yeah.
And then
It's a clock.
Yeah, that's a really strong card.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good call as a sleeper card.
Yeah.
That has been ignored, and rightfully so. That no longer should be.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of cards we're going to keep talking about as being unbanned, and and I think that's kind of one of them. But we're going to head to our third match. This is the one I'm most excited about. I think my deck is really good. Like I think it's the best deck out of my 3. For the last one, and it's going to be a teamer deck that is, got some blue cards for counter spells in the board. Mainly, or just blue cards as expressive iteration in the main deck. It's just that good. It's worth splashing for. And then Jaspera Sentinel, Magda, Azeka's Chariot, Ren and 7. I really want to go with the combo of Azeka's Chariot into Ren and 7, make a Tree Folk, crew it with Azeka's Chariot, copy the Tree Folk. And that seems broken to me. That's something we're going to have to deal with in Standard for a long time, and I want to see how good it is.
Yeah, and I'm going to be playing a Simic ramp deck, just going up to Coma, and this is going to be, sort of the go over the top deck of the metagame. I think Coma is probably going to be, at least early on, the threat of choice. And we'll see if the ramp deck can contain the mid-range deck, which on paper they usually do, but this mid-range deck has a lot of power to it.
Yep, I totally like it. Okay, we're going to take a short 5-minute break, and we'll be right back with our final round here on Versus Live.
Hello and welcome back to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
I'm Corey Baumeister.
And we've got a Rob in the booth. Say what's up, Rob.
What's up, Rob?
Rob will be taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. We are wrapping up our first day of Innistrad Midnight Hunt Standard. And as is typical, we have saved our favorite decks for last.
Oh, yeah.
And by favorite, I mean green.
Yeah, favorite and best decks, as in we're playing green decks again. Lovestruck Beast may not be in the format, but it's reincarnated in a few of these creatures. So, yeah.
The green cards are very good. And in this case, we are actually overlapping, both of us playing Wrenn and 7 and Augur of Autumn. In my case, I'm playing them in a straight ramp deck. So really taking advantage of the additional land drops and going big with Coma and Alrund's Epiphany.
And I'm not playing many of them, to be fair, but yeah.
And I'm doing it in a way that I'm playing a lot of creatures as my ramp spells. I've got Lotus Cobra, I've got Tangled Floor Hedron, Emergent Sequence makes a creature, Quandrix Cultivator. And that way I feel like if I can get to Coven and start casting creatures off the top of my deck and prevent myself from flooding, as often happens with ramp decks. And I also take really good advantage of the extra turns from Alrund's Epiphany. I have these big battlefields with, 8-10 power, even without a Coma. And I can sort of go ham that way. And I can also play as a bit of a mid-range deck if you really stop the ramp game plans.
Okay.
A very versatile ramp deck here. We've also got some Lair of the Hydras and one copy of the Hall of the Storm Giants.
Okay.
So some creature lines here. Not much interaction, just 2 copies of Into the Royal. So I'm going to let Corey do his thing, and hopefully my thing is more powerful.
Yeah, and this deck is revolved around these 3 new cards, Wrenn and 7. By the way, also, did you know why Wrenn and 6 was afraid of Wrenn and 7? Because 7, 8, 9, just in case you were wondering. So that's why we don't see Wrenn and 6 in this format.
Corey, you're fired.
Okay, good. I guess I'll play one last match, pro bono here, but yeah. Also playing Arlen Pax Hope here, just as a good value Planeswalker. This one is not trying to do the werewolf theme necessarily, but still, just a great card. I'm going to have a lot of ways to ramp into my 2 most powerful 4-drops, and it's going to be this and the Chariot. Just a couple Augur of Autumns just to smooth out the curve. Wanted to try the card. I don't even know that you were using it in your deck, but this deck is just as much about these 3 cards as it is these 3. I think these 3 are going to be very dangerous, and it's going to be a sick combo that we're going to see starting off with Gruul. Can easily splash into Teamer, can splash just really any colors, right? Green, red, X, I think is going to be really powerful, and I think the main thing I really wanted to try here, I was just looking at these 2 cards together, and the curve, like I was saying before the break, going Azeka's Chariot, the next turn playing this, make a Tree Folk, even if I had ramped with Jaspera Sentinel and Magda, as long as it's at least a 4/4. So 4 lands, ramp once here, sweet. Make a 4/4, crew it with the Chariot, copy, make another 4/4. Also, we might need Tree Folks if you have any idea what a good token for a Tree Folk would be.
Have an idea, actually. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. But that's the thing I really wanted to try out. I got some blue cards in the sideboard. I'm playing Expressive Iteration. I have a lot of blue cards, to be honest.
Sideboard all your counter spells.
Exactly. And then, just Expressive Iteration in the main. It's basically free already to play because we have all the pathways. You have Magda Treasures, Goldspan Treasures, Jaspera Sentinel. I don't necessarily want Expressive Iteration to be my turn 2 play, or it's not really needed anyways, so I figure it's pretty much free to try that and just see how good these cards are together, because I think this combo is already disgusting and we're only adding to it here. So
yeah, definitely adding to it in very powerful and synergistic ways.
Oh yeah, I'm excited,
but I get to be on the play.
Okay, and I'm not doing Werewolf Pack Leader or Toblerone at all or anything like that, but see if Ross can pick up a match, or if we can get the old sweeperoo. With that hand, I'm guessing it is not great. My man. Great token. We'll leave that one under wraps until it happens. God, you're getting a raise. You're getting a raise right now, buddy.
Thanks, I hope so.
Yep.
I'm going to keep... I think you keep these hands when you're a ramp deck, and you just
I'm gonna
together.
I'm gonna keep as well. but it's missing something.
I've got a forest.
I see the awkwardness of my hand. Never mind. Everything's perfect. I have a Jaspera Sentinel. I'll pass to you.
Island, Tangled Florahedron.
Okay.
You're up.
All right. I will be doing some smashing to my life total.
17.
I have Magda. I will act, make a Treasure for green, play Jaspera Sentinel, pass to you.
I have an island and a Tangled Florahedron.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
You're tangling stuff up, eh? That's pretty good. I will play Veil. And which one of my absolutely busted plays am I going to go with now? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, let's go like this. Red, I'll use the treasure as well for Goldspan Dragon.
Sure.
And then I will...
Tap that to Jaspera Sentinel.
Of course, yeah. No, I think I might get in there with Jaspera as well, and then I'll get a treasure.
I'll take 5, get a 15.
Okay, I forgot because I can play both of my busted cards. Then I'll play Arlen. No big deal. And it is daytime. And yeah, we'll make 2 wolves. Here go. This is turn 3. Como Alligato,
My
Mr.
draw did not come
Roboto. Even if it did, look at this. This is turn 3. This is disgusting. Wow. How much power do I have on turn 3 here? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
You're
I have an
about to have
active
17
Planeswalker.
because I can't play a spell.
Yeah, you can play, so this is just about to flip into this. It maintains the loyalty, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then I'm just attacking for 5 next turn. Oh, I even had a removal spell that deals 4. Yikes. Like, I thought the other Gruul Werewolf deck, it was going to be good, maybe a little bit more cute than good, but I really wanted to try this sequence of cards, and I think it's going to be great.
Yeah. I'm going to be in trouble anytime Corey has the Jaspera Sentinel into Magda draw because I don't interact,
Yeah.
and that just means he's probably going to ramp better than I can.
Yeah, and I had an awkward opener. It was, I had 1 Pathway and then double Veil as my lands, and then Magda, so I just needed any other land and drew Shadow Skull Smashing. Otherwise, it was going to be slightly awkward. It was just going to be Jaspera Sentinel number 2, tap land, go, and then turn 3, just Magda, go. Everything delayed a turn.
Turn 3, then, yeah, you...
oh, then I can still play Arlen, actually, yeah. Because I had 2 Jasperas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And yeah, Magda's just free there, too,
No,
right?
it costs you 1
Yeah.
because you don't have another way to
You're right.
use the Sentinel.
Yep, true. But yeah, that was completely disgusting.
Yeah, I kept 5 lands, 2 Florahedrons.
Love it. Oh, yeah, God, what's the card? I don't think I put it in this sideboard, but I put it in the other Gruul one. Yeah, Magic Missile. 1. I think that card will be okay.
Yeah, I think it's a solid anti-aggro card.
All right. Well, GL after that start.
This hand looks better.
This hand looks worse, but I'm in.
I will lead on Vine Glimmer, Snarl, revealing a forest, and pass the turn.
Let's start with...
Actually, I should just lead on Lair of the Hydra.
Yeah, good call.
Let's lead on Lair in case I draw another one.
In that case, I'll copy you. Pass to you.
Yeah. Now I'll do Snarl, reveal a forest, and I will play Tangle Florahedron.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, I got a Den and a Ranger class, and I'll pass to you. Am I supposed to be putting a die on this? Who knows, right?
No one knows.
Okay, it's provocative.
Well, I have an island and an emergent sequence.
Okay, so you get a 2/2 tapped, right?
Yep. It'll be a tapped island.
Okay.
I'll pass the turn.
All right, not a bad draw there. Now, do I want to put more to the battlefield, or do I want to just level up Ranger class to get that going? I think it's a little bit more valuable to get stuff growing, especially from just a Simic deck that isn't going to do too much killing of my creatures. So yeah, we'll level this.
Imagine I tap like a human being that knows what they're doing.
Okay. Attack, put a counter on.
Yeah, I'll take 3. Go to 17.
Okay, then I will play this land and I'll pass to you. A draw is much less explosive when you don't get Magda or Despair Sentinel.
Okay, I've got a forest and a Quandrix Cultivator.
Okay.
That will get another forest.
Okay.
And I will pass the turn.
Okay. All right. Play this land. I'll attack and put a counter on it.
I will double block.
6. Well, you have Coma available no matter what, so I guess I'll just kill the bigger creature.
Yep.
Then I got a Chariot. Pass to you.
Let's play Tide Channel Pathway and a Coma.
Yikes.
Leave the 2/2.
I'm dead.
Pass the turn. Upkeep, get a coil.
This is where I'm supposed to have Burning Hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did things. I drew a single bridge threat.
And it's going to be bad for me. Who would have guessed?
Yeah.
Yep.
Big difference in how fast Corey's deck is when he doesn't have that early acceleration.
Totally agree. All right. I will crew,
Yep.
attack, make a copy, and put a counter on it.
Do I want to tap this before it attacks, or do I just want to block? I feel like I just want to block. You might just have... Maybe you just have another Chariot? Is that the idea here?
Possible.
But the only difference now is I'd be trading my coil to tap it, and you wouldn't get a cat.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have coil for a cat. Yeah, so I'll let you attack, and I'll block.
All right, instead. I have a Chariot.
Yeah.
Chariot, play another land, get 2 more cats, and I'll pass to you.
Upkeep, get another coil.
Cats and coils, cats and coils.
Okay, that's a good draw. So now I think I want to start attacking.
Bring it.
Yeah. Attack with Coma.
Yeah, sure.
You go to 14.
Mm-hmm.
I will play a forest. Play Quandrix Cultivator.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I'm having fun.
Yeah. Get an island. If I can find one. Yeah. Then I will play Emergent Sequence for a 3/3 land this time.
Okay.
So then I'll have 3 counters.
All right, you just need turn 5 comas and you can win a game. There we go. We found it.
Then I'll pass the turn and get another coil.
All right. I'll draw. I'll start off with an expressive iteration, trying to find something that's probably not in my deck. I guess that isn't awful. So I'll put this into my hand, this in exile, this on bottom. I'll play this. Play Arlen. Daytime.
It's now day.
It is day. I'll make some wolves. And I will crew.
Sure.
May I attack?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd rather still just trade for it.
All right. I'll put a counter on this and I'll make another wolf.
And I will, so it's a 5/5.
Yeah.
And you're tapped out?
Yep.
I guess I'll just trade a coil for it.
You got it. And I'll pass to you.
Upkeep, get another coil. Draw. So I'm looking at 6 untapped 2/2s.
Yep.
That's a lot.
I'm trying to go wide, but I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah. Do I just attack this Arlen? I mean, the backside is still kind of threatening because it's not something I can trade for.
I have a feeling you're not going to play a spell this turn.
I drew a spell. So we're good there.
Okay.
We're gonna, but I do think I want to just attack Arlen. I guess I'm afraid of like Goldspan Dragon. That's a card that could go over the top of my current position.
Yep.
But I can that just trades for a coil
Every turn,
yeah. And I am at 17. You're at 14.
These are facts.
Yeah, I'm just gonna attack you.
Attack me? Okay.
What I would like to draw is Ulrun's
I'll block.
Epiphany.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I drew a Lotus Cobra.
Okay.
And I will pass the turn and get another coil.
Okay. Okay, that was not bad. I will... +1. Each creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional counter on it. Yeah, I'll +1.
Yep.
I'll play Goldspan Dragon. I'll get a counter on it. I'd like to declare attacks.
So do I take like one hit and then start tapping it? It is going to get even bigger with the Ranger class. I'm at 17. I'll just start tapping it.
It is tapped. Then I'll play Ranger class. I will get a 3/3. And I'll pass to you.
Okay, get a coil on the upkeep.
Mm-hmm. They say, you know, the common phrase, you can't fight the coils forever, but I'm going to try.
14
14,
for Corey,
17.
17 for me,
Yep.
yeah.
Goldspan is my way. Like, if I can just catch up on your coils, maybe if I can get another one, then we're really on.
Still looking. I'm looking at 7 2/2s.
And a 3/3. Oh, is this an all runs? Oh, you're going to try to layer me?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think how big of a layer I can really make. And it's not really big enough.
Yeah.
This is awkward.
Yeah, I actually don't feel awful about this game, but
Yeah, I agree. It's at this point,
I also have Coma in my deck, so that's one way for me to
Yeah.
stabilize.
do you have a second? You only have one blue right now.
I'll attack with a Goldspan Dragon, no problem. Yeah, that's a good point. I should probably put this there. I played all these greens just thinking nothing of it.
Yeah.
Wait, they might all be in the sideboard. Yeah, I think they're all on the board
Okay.
anyways.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. Just imagine if I drew Mind Flare this. You're dead.
Let's attack the Arlen.
All right, Cat.
Yeah, I think that's how this is playing out. I'm drawing another Cobra.
Dang it. Okay.
I'll pass the turn.
All right.
Upkeep, get another coil.
Yep. I'll tick up. We do have another Goldspan Dragon. So we got a chance here. And comes into play with a counter on it.
Now I'm not getting anywhere if I want to contain these dragons.
Yeah, so now you have to decide at some point what you want to do. So I don't think pumping this up is necessarily that important. So I'll declare attacks.
I will tap one of them.
Let me attack with one.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I wish I would have did that. Okay, so go to 6. Or
Take 6, go to 11.
I get a treasure. And I could just go Ranger class up That's not a bad idea. Not a bad use of mana right now. So, yeah, we'll level this up to level 3. Okay, and pass the turn.
Upkeep, get another coil.
Okay. Coma.
That's a good one.
Uh-oh. I don't like good ones.
Don't mind me, just reading.
It's an Allrun's Epiphany. You forgot what it did.
And we'll play Ren in 7.
Okay.
So it starts on 5.
Yeah, that makes huge creatures, huh? They don't have reach, right?
Correct. They
Thank
do not
God.
have reach, even though a lot of tree folk do.
Yeah.
So my question is, do I want to make another big attacker, or do I want to try to build it towards an ultimate?
Yeah, that's a good point. Or just, I mean, you have that 0 ability available to you as well. Like you can put, it's a combo with I actually did think about this. I started with Cobras in my deck. Just playing this on turn 5 when you have a Cobra or 2, put 3 lands into play, get 3 mana. I ultimately thought it was just too cute, but.
So the problem is that the -8 only returns all permanent cards from my graveyard, which is not Allrun's Epiphanies.
Yeah.
And that's the card I'm really looking for. I already have Coma, so I don't think the ultimate is that valuable. So I'm going to go with the Tree Folk plan.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'll just.
Oh, yeah. No. Here's the Tree Folk.
I guess I'll use Sam Black as a Tree Folk,
get that out. Come on. My token never gets used.
We're going to use some Corey Baumeister.
I was so close to having a busted token, like my token actually being used with Ranger class, and they're like, nah, forget that.
So now
its power and toughness is equal to the number of lands, or it starts with that?
No, it's a star.
So it just scales up?
Yeah.
Wow, that's even better with Azeka's Chariot.
So it's an 11/11.
Okay. What?
Oh, it does say with reach. Oh, even better.
No!
I expected reach to be at the end. I just, I don't know why I would expect that. But
They do have reach?
okay.
Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah, then I'm definitely going on the tree folk plan. Okay, Coma will attack Arlen.
With reach, you're right.
Yeah.
Dang it. Okay. Block.
Pass the turn, and
How large is
coil.
this?
It's an 11/11.
Just an 11/11? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or sorry, 10/10.
10, eh?
Counting is hard when you have so many permanents.
Yeah, shut up.
And it's have 23 permanents on the battlefield.
Yeah. Well, I have a land. And
The real question is, will this game end in the next 30 minutes?
pay no mind to me.
So it's land 8, so you can hit it for 12.
Yeah, so I am going to do that. Let's kill that plus a Cobra, I guess. 11 to
it's
that.
exactly 10/10.
Yep.
Well, you
It's 2 targets. I choose 2 targets, right?
I just I thought I wasn't sure if you had to divide the 6 and then double or divide the 12.
No, you just get to essentially divide 12
Yeah.
then. So yeah, I'll kill a Cobra too. And I know it's on top.
It's any target or creature.
Yeah, so I could deal 1 to Ren, but that doesn't do anything. So
No, it's a 10/10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, I miscounted.
Oh, you
just get to
miscounted.
deal 10 and 2.
Bang! Get that out of there. Okay, well.
Everything works out exactly perfectly for Corey.
For Corey, yeah.
Weird.
Okay. Declare tax.
Tap both.
Tap both this time, eh? You still have a lot of them. I could attack with this, make it a 4/4. You just trade Quandrix for that. That's not very good. Could make more wolves here. That's not very good either. Yeah, all right. We'll just tick this up and I'll pass to you.
Okay, get another coil.
Okay. My tokens are withering away, though.
Yep.
It's a wild game that it's even a game right now with so many comics coils. Yeah, we might only be able to play 1 game of this match, but that's okay.
Attack Arlen.
All right, cat down.
All the Storm Giants.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
It is turned into night. It has turned into night.
On the upkeep. You got to untap first.
Yeah, it is now night.
Listen, you're the one who was getting mad at me for it.
I was not getting mad. I thought it was hilarious. Okay, so this is the other side, and it remains the same loyalty, right?
Yep.
Okay. I don't even know if this is better. Oh, it is indestructible. So yeah, it's probably better. Okay. So it's this for now. I will draw. That's not great. So I'll make it a 5/5.
Yep.
It becomes day the next turn. Okay, that's important. All right, I'm gonna start with a expressive iteration. Let's put this into exile. I'm gonna cast that one. Let's put this into my hand. This on bottom. That's an interesting one on top. Then I will try to declare attacks.
I will tap your Goldspan Dragons.
You're cool with Arlen?
Yep.
Okay, Arlen's coming in. We'll get a counter on it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make a 9/9 layer and block.
Oh. Okay. All right. That was less cool. That was less cool. Okay. Well, then I will go Azeka's Chariot and Jaspera Sentinel. 2 cats. It is now day, and I'll pass to you. Day, man.
Upkeep, get a coil.
Yep.
Okay. That was good.
So now this is a tapped different Planeswalker. This is going to get annoying. With a +1/+1 counter on it.
Attack Arlen.
Okay, I'll block.
Okay, I'll play Ren in 7.
Oh my god, no!
I will make another Tree Folk that is a 10/10.
10/10 again?
Yeah.
God, I just have to top deck another smashing or something. Oh, wait, I have it. Done?
Yep.
All right.
How many Shadow Soul Smashings did you put in your deck?
3. No, I might have even put 4. That card's messed up. All right, I'll draw. Okay.
Somehow in your 3-color deck with a bunch of creature lands and duels, you managed to fit 3 Shadow Skull Smashings?
Yeah, if you want any deck building tips, I can help you out at any point. 5, 6. All right.
How many lands do you have that cast Jaspera Sentinel on turn 1?
15, I think.
15. Rockfall Veil doesn't count. I don't know why you're pointing at that one.
I'm completely making up those numbers. I have truly no idea. So same thing. I'll kill those.
I'm guessing the answer to that question is about 10.
Enough is the answer to the question, actually. So, beginning of combat.
Tap the 2 dragons.
I'll crew Azeka's Chariot with one of them.
Yeah.
Would you like to do anything to the Chariot?
No.
All right. I'll attack, make a copy of this, put a counter on it.
So it is now a 5/5?
Yep.
I'll block with Cultivator and the 2/2 Island.
Kill the Cultivator. Just trying to get more tokens. Second main. Blue. Expressive iteration.
Yep.
Oh, that's awkward. Let's put this into my hand. Exile this. Put this here. Then I will also make 2 more wolves.
Yep.
And I'll pass to you. This game's insane. Welcome to Standard, y'all.
Also, Chad is saying that your token was an 11/11. You miscounted your lands again, apparently.
Oh, because I had played the Hall of the Storm Giants.
Well, I just would have tapped one more land. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been able to cast Expressive Iteration, but that's pretty minor, I feel.
Yeah. Augur of Autumn is also a good one.
Yeah.
Because I have Coven.
I believe that. I believe that. So you can play creatures off the top, right?
And lands.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. 1 land.
Yeah.
1 land.
Well, not playing anything off the top.
Sick deck, dude.
Attack Arlen.
I will block with a wolf.
I will pass the turn and make another coil.
What a time to be alive here, huh? Okay. Yeah, I haven't done anything with Ranger class yet either, by the way. Okay, so I will.
When they put the YouTube
Level
video,
one.
they're just going to put a cut in and be like 8 hours later.
Yeah, no.
You're just going to see 4,000 permanents, 2 cards in each library. Like, attack with Coma, jump with a 2/2.
Pretty much. All right, I'll tick this up.
I'll make a 17/17 tree folk.
I will declare attackers.
Tap your 2 gold spins.
Okay. So you have a lot of mana.
Ross, should I give you some like Tasha's Hideous Laughters or something?
3, 4, 5.
That would be
7.
helpful.
You can make a 7/7 layer. Is that what I'm
3,
counting?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I won't be doing anything with that. I will make a ranger class. I will get a wolf. I will level it up, and I will kill this thing.
Okay.
And pass to you.
Upkeep, I got a coil.
Yeah.
Draw. I will attack Arlen.
Yeah, let's throw away one of these wolves. What do you think?
I'll cast Alrun's Epiphany.
No!
What did you think it was going to be when it wasn't a land or a creature? It's either this or emergency sequence.
I was hoping for emergency. I was hoping for emergency
Yeah.
sequence. All right, you get some birds.
I got some birds. They're going to kill the Arlen. Or no, you have a... Dang. Yeah, you have that thing. I guess I could tap it if I wanted to. Which I might, because I'm getting essentially an extra coil.
Yeah, okay.
So I will get a coil on my next upkeep.
All right.
Draw. That's a good one.
Stop it.
I'll play Augur of Autumn.
Ugh.
I will play Quandrix Cultivator.
Wow. Okay.
Check with the trigger on the stack.
Of
There's an
course.
emergent sequence.
Of course.
I'm probably running low on basics. Okay, I've got 4 left. Or no, I've got 6 left still. Damn. Let's get a forest.
What a stupid game. What a...
Comment from chat. Covert, go blue.
There's
Embercleave never would have allowed this.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true, Covert. Yeah.
I mean, it kind of would have. Like, what are you ember cleaving?
Yeah, I haven't been able to attack since, 1995. So, yeah, maybe not. But what's up, buddy? Much love to our friend there.
I guess you end up just making like one big attack and stacking 3 counters on one creature.
Yeah.
But then I just see Embercleave. Can I play around it? Who knows?
I just need to
Okay,
start
I'll play
chaining.
a land off the top. I'll make blue-green.
Yeah.
That's another land. That's not so good.
Okay. Where's my Ren and 7? That would be nice, too.
I think I am going to trade a coil for the Arlen. So let's tap the Jaspera Sentinel
Okay.
and send Coma at you and the birds at Arlen.
Okay. I'll block Coma, and Arlen is finally down.
That's nice. That's nice. And then I will pass the turn and get a coil.
Sure. Sure, buddy. All right, draw. Tilt. I'll play a land. Declare attacks.
I'll tap your 2 dragons.
All right. I think I will animate layer. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a 7/7.
I will... I guess I can just chump that with a... I guess it just keeps getting more counters that way, or I can use... But I can chump it with, Tangled Florahedron. Or a Cobra. Cobra's probably even worse. Yeah, I'll just let that attack.
All right.
Cobra's
attack. Now there's 3 counters on it.
Cobra is worse than a...
Your go.
Now you can activate it for 1.
That's true.
That's actually kind of neat.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm going to have to start attacking with some of my creature lands here as well.
What a game. Yeah, we're legitimately not going to be able to play another game.
No. Get a coil. Draw this land I know is there.
Because believe it or not, I think my matchup improves post-board. Bang. That's the big weakness of Coma.
I'll play another Augur of Autumn.
Okay.
It's also nighttime,
Yep.
in case that matters.
Oh, it matters.
Where's our night?
There we go. There's our night.
Rob, we're running out of time here. What did you do? Put it over here.
Yeah, there we
Just
go.
leave them in a stack.
That's just how I'm going to end the show in 15 minutes while you're still here, and I'm just going to walk out and
15. That's being generous. That's
Okay.
being generous.
I'll
Do
play
you think
land
we're going to
off the
end in
top of
15
my deck.
I'm
minutes?
not saying you're going to end in 15 minutes. That's just the point
And
where
get
I'll
a
shut off the
mana.
lights and I'm done.
I have 6. Do whatever you want.
I'll use that mana to activate Hall,
Sure.
and I will attack you with Hall and Coma.
It's a 7/7.
Yes.
All right.
I'll trade for 3 of them.
Yeah, let's put 3 of them front, and then
or 4 in front of Hall.
And then I'll chump that.
Yeah, so
So
3.
you kill 4 total?
Yeah, 4 total down.
All right, that's not great for me.
And then I will pass the turn and get another coil.
Okay, I need to start going off with these ranger classes. That's a land. Oh, boy. All right, I concede so we can sneak in one loosely played next game.
I think I'm taking this one. Though.
Yeah, I think you were. All right, instead of sideboarding, how about I just sideboard my Dragonfires out for Burning Hands? Is that you cool with that?
I'm not even sure how much. God. Oh, no. Okay. I've got some.
Sideboard in just quick cards, whatever you see at first glance. That's all I'm doing is these 3 removal spells for that.
Yours, yeah, I don't think I want the Nectar Pots. You're not that aggressive.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring in my Ray of Frost, which can hit your dragons, Imriths, which are good against dragons, and my own Azeka's Chariots.
Yeah, I'm just updating to those hands. I'm going to give you those hands here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a game of Magic. That was a delightful game of Magic. Yeah, yikes.
I think I'm going to cut my Into the Royals.
But you know what it would have been kind of one way that I could have actually gotten in if I had Magda from the beginning, just tapping that over and over and over again with Jaspera, and then just every 4th turn, gold spanning you off the treasures. I only had 3 in the deck. I should probably always have 4, but whatever. Yeah, that was a mess. Does chat have any questions, comments, concerns? Are they concerned for the way we spend our free time?
How big that board was.
Yeah, that was
for our
absurd.
sanity.
Yeah.
Actually,
I don't know if there's a spot where I can make a bigger attack there.
I think you should have been more aggressive with your coils personally, but
But they just trade for cats. That was the problem. You just double block them.
yeah, but
Trading them for cats just didn't seem good.
yeah, maybe you're
There's
right.
really no other way to go about it.
Maybe you're right. Or just get in with Quandrixes or Cobras, the things that are useless.
Well, that I should have done, but then once you made it 3/3, I couldn't.
That's true. But yeah, what were you gonna say, Rob?
Yeah,
So, Augur of Autumn has a very obvious comparison in Courser of Crew.
Courser,
We saw
yep.
Courser dominated standard format. Do you think that might be the case in this standard? Is this format just going to be so much different? The mid-range decks that Courser helped propped up just aren't going to be good.
There's a huge difference between the two, and it's that 4th point of toughness from
yeah.
Courser.
Yeah.
So the fact that we have 2 mana removal spells that deal 3 damage means that the red decks are going to have a much easier time dealing with Augur than they did with Courser.
Yeah, and there was Dramoka's Command at that time, right? That was the one card that could make him sack the enchantment. That was the big deal. But yeah, I agree with you. It's not gonna be the same.
I do think it's a good card.
Yeah.
A lot of the but it's not going to be nearly as format defining.
End cards are just so much better now that I just picture playing that card and then your opponent goes to Zeka's Chariot and you're completely outclassed.
It also just means that the 2/3 isn't going to block as well as Courser did.
Yeah.
Courser blocked Fleecebane Lion.
Yeah. But you best believe we're going to test it out a lot to see how good it is, because I love the card, and I just think it's really well designed. I think it's really cool. If it had 4 toughness, it might be too good. And Courser Cruvix had a big problem in just what it did to that format. It made everything just so grindy and nobody could attack ever. And that wasn't fun. It was fun for some people. Some people love those mid-range slogfests, but the large majority of Magic fans do not. So I think that was a big problem. And even when I've taken a design test before, that is a focal point. What do you think of Courser of Crufix? And I was like, the Magic player brain in me, I was like, I loved it. It led to long games, but then I'm like, okay, from, a perspective of someone who doesn't love these mid-range fests like I do, it probably made things awful, made them very complicated. Board states were just huge. And overall, I think it was a bad design of a card because it was, just preventing so much. Even Thraven Inspector was kind of the same.
There's also the issue of Courser having to keep flipping over the top card of your library. Like a lot of warnings.
So you have to remember, the card and stuff too.
They solved that with that issue with Augur. Courser also sort of paired with Sylvan Carry added so well, and Sylvan was great in that format because it gave a lot of additional mana fixing that was necessary.
Yeah, because you go Sylvan on 2, Courser on 3.
Hit the land,
yeah.
Hit your temple, set up your next turn. So a lot of it is the context the cards exist in as well. So I don't think I think the aggressive decks have better options.
Oh, this is our 3rd game, isn't it?
Yeah.
I completely forgot we played one game earlier. It was just your Tangled Florahedron do-nothing game, huh? I like that one better.
Yeah, so like every other game, I get to be on the play, right?
No. Pass to you. I'm going for the sweep, the quick sweep.
I'm going to play a Bark Channel Pathway and pass.
Okay. I have a layer and a Magda. Pass to you.
I will play another Bark Channel Pathway and a Lotus Cobra
Okay.
and pass the turn.
All right. I have a land, and I have an attack. Make a treasure.
I will take 2, go to 18.
Okay. I'll sack the treasure right away, and play an Azeka's Chariot. Pass to you. Better do some good stuff.
Let's start with an island.
Okay, make a
Get
mana.
mana. Play an emergent sequence.
Okay,
Get another island.
so you have 2 mana floating now
Uh,
from playing the
yeah,
land.
let's say I made a green
There you go.
and-
There you go. So now you have
1 mana floating.
yeah.
And do I want to play this card or just this card? I'm thinking.
Rebel. This draw is gonna look real different. Just Magda. On the play, this deck is all about turn 3, either this or Arlen, and I just think it's going to be so good.
Yeah, I'm going to play another emergent sequence.
Okay. So this one's a 3/3.
This one is a 3/3. I got another mana. I'll make blue.
Okay, this is getting disgusting.
And then I'll Ray of Frost the Magda.
Wow, okay. Stays locked down.
Yep. And I'll pass the turn.
That's not great for me.
And I could have Ray of Frosted it last turn instead of Cobring, and maybe that was right because I know you have a lot of good 4s. But I had this line set up for the next turn. I really wanted to.
The funny thing is, you still give me a treasure when it's
No,
tapped,
because
right?
it loses all abilities.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my hand would have been unplayable if you would have did that. So
Yeah, it's tough because I'm taking away this turn 3 for myself.
I totally get it.
But it might be right.
But yeah, you still really stymied me here. I'm just going to play Ranger class. I'm going to crew these 2, copy the wolf, get another wolf, and attack for 6.
And I am going to.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Just take 6 and go to 12.
Okay, past you.
I mean, it's a big problem for me too.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a lot of threat.
Battlefield.
Yeah, but my play, believe it or not, needed that Magda to be tapped. And even if it's untapped, I get to tap and then copy the treasure. So I would have went up to 5 mana last turn, have an iteration that would have found me stuff like, and believe it or not, I have some other big things that would have been made possible.
I'm going to go to 9 for my 1 double-faced land, which is probably going to screw me. Make a mana. I'm going to hardcast an Alrund's Epiphany. Make a couple birds. I'm going to attack with this Lotus Cobra.
I'll block.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to get things off the battlefield. I don't have another land in my hand.
Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have blocked.
I will play an Augur of Autumn.
Okay.
And I'll pass the turn.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw.
Well, I've got a bit of a battlefield going on.
Yeah, I'm slightly scared. Let's see.
Probably should have had some disenchants in my sideboard.
Let's see. What can you have? I mean, you have Ray of Frost to be able to ice some stuff down. Let me read this.
Ray of Frost
real
not so
quick.
good against Azeka's Chariot.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, because it just falls off when it's not a car, huh?
Yeah. And it doesn't tap it immediately, so even if you wanted to stop it for the turn. It's not
Yeah,
bad.
good point. Okay, I don't really know what I want to do here. I guess you don't really want to block with your lands that much. That's kind of the problem for you. So, all right. I'm going to flash in this smashing. I'll take 3.
17.
Then I'm going to level up.
Yep.
I'm going to crew.
Yep.
And then I'm going to attack with these 2. I'm going to target this. I'm going to target this with this.
So you have a 3/3 and a 4/4 attacking.
Yeah.
And you're making another cat.
Cat or wolf, whatever. They're all the same.
Okay. I will triple block Azeka's Chariot with the 2 lands and the Augur.
Okay, I will put the auger in. Do I want to kill your lands? Guess you can coma next turn with the land. I'll still kill auger.
Okay, I'll take 3. I'll go to 6.
Okay, and I'll pass to you. My expressive iteration is looking real awkward now that you did my Magda so dirty, but whatever.
Okay, I will play Wrenn in 7.
Okay.
I'll make a 6/6 Tree Folk.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, I'll burn the hands of that.
Well, I'm dead.
All right, I have Arlen. Let's start here. It is daytime. Then I will, unfortunately, can't.
You can send everything at Wrenn and kill it that way.
I can. Or what if I just send everything at you? You can block here. You can block here. I don't really care about it anymore, right? Okay, so let's try this instead. I'm going to this is kind of iffy. Okay, I'm going to attack both at you and put a counter here.
I will trade for a cat.
Take 3.
And yeah, go to 3.
All right, and then I'll make 2 wolves and I'll pass to you.
So I've got 5, potentially 6 attackers to think about next turn with the lair.
Yep.
Okay, let's plus Wrenn.
Okay. I don't even know what it does.
Reveal the top 4 cards, put all lands into my hand, the rest in my graveyard. It's
Okay.
It's mulch.
Okay, gotcha. I guess that is pretty good.
And now I can go Cobra,
Okay.
Hall, make green, Augur,
Okay.
and pass the turn.
All right. A draw. That wasn't
Yeah.
the land I needed, but still a pretty good card. Tick up. And get 5 blockers. It's getting slightly awkward. I can't kill you. I guess if I attack all at you, then you are forced to block with Cobra and
Yeah, I'm
your
forced to trade
island.
away a lot of my board.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose let's do that, and I'll put a counter here. YOLO. All at you.
Okay. I'm at 3.
Yep.
I will block like that. Go to 1.
You go to 1.
So you lose 2 wolves. I lose 2 birds on the island.
Okay. And then I will play Azeka's Chariot, get 2 3/3s to come back, and I'll pass to you.
Okay.
Okay.
I knew that was there. I will play Vine Glimmer Snarl, reveal Forest, make a mana, play Coma,
Yep.
get a coil.
Well, you get that during my turn.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But I'll also get a Tree Folk, and I'm not sure if that is enough.
Yeah, you're dead.
Am I?
Yeah, the lair kills you then.
I mean, I'm at 1. Yeah, you just have 5. Yeah. The lair.
The lair
is just
exactly
enough.
though. I have some G-spans, but
Yeah, just barely didn't
just
stabilize
barely.
here.
I probably should have been attacking Ren on that one turn that was close.
Yeah.
But yeah, that ice down on Magda actually really stopped
Yeah.
my draw because
I
my hand
think
was
if I ice
expressive
on-
iteration too. Like I was popping off if you let Magda go there.
If I ice on turn 2, I probably win the game.
You do, yeah, because I didn't hit land 4 until right at the end.
Like I would have just been under so much less pressure
Yeah,
during
yeah.
those turns. So I probably would have had 15 more life.
Oh, cats and wolves working together. But honestly, I think this is going to be, of course, the shell can be a little different. Maybe expressive iteration isn't worth it at all. But the combo of Jaspera Sentinel, Magda, Chariot, Renin 7, and Arlen, I think those 5 cards together are going to be something that is just going to be amazing.
And it just doesn't seem like the ramp deck is going far enough over the top.
Or it's not controlling enough. I was never afraid. Like, you need removal for sure. In what way?
Yeah, you need to not be a linear ramp deck.
Yeah, you maybe are supposed to be a teamer ramp deck, play Bone Crusher Giant,
Yeah. and the real problem is my big things all get Burning Hands. Except for maybe Imrith, maybe you need to main deck some of these.
Yeah.
There's some different ways to go, but some of the ramp stuff is good. I think
Isn't Ugin still in, or did that go?
that's gone. That was
Okay.
set.
Yeah, okay.
But the big thing I want to emphasize with this deck is I think Lotus Cobra is very good.
Lotus Cobra's back.
We don't have Fable Passage, and that's a big deal. But with things like Quandrix Cultivator and Emergent Sequence, Cultivator in particular, because the land comes untapped. So just turn 2 Cobra, turn 3 Cultivator, get 2 mana, interact.
Yeah.
That's probably what it has to be built around. Cobra fixes your mana.
And Chariot. Like, just play Chariots, Like, it's just too good of a card. And especially when you're playing 4 Renin 7s, play Chariot in that 4 spot as well. You have too many 2-drops that ramp you
Honestly,
in.
maybe it's Cobra that needs to be in that.
And
another way to ramp to your 4.
Yeah, no, I was very much considering it. I basically traded Ranger class which I don't even know if it's needed, but it is a good card, and Dragonfire instead of Cobra, but it was in my original list. And same with this. I don't think this card's that great in my deck either, but I agree. I think I want more ramp in this deck.
Yeah.
Yep, especially with expressive iteration.
Yes, yeah, very good with iteration, getting to your 4s and 5s faster. So
Yep, I think you're right.
Cobra is definitely a player in this format.
Cobra's back.
Yeah, and so that's the point I was trying to make with this deck, and it does some powerful things.
Yeah.
But it's a little too vulnerable to Burning Hands, and you just can't fit. You don't have good interaction in Simic. I wish I had like a mass bounce spell, but that would also affect my stuff. So it's just hard. It's hard. Like Ray of Frost is
Cyclonic
good,
Rift.
but yeah, that's what I need. I need Cyclonic Rift.
God,
Can you imagine?
you're such a commander player now. You're just Cyclonic.
Hey,
you're just rifting
I've won opens with Cyclonic Rift in my deck, so
Sure.
I got to talk about it without being a commander player.
That's fair. And Commander is just super fun. So I can't really talk anything about it, that's for sure. But hey, that's gonna do it for this. Got you with the old sweep to start off. But the main thing doesn't really matter. It's just the fact that we get new standard cards. There's a lot of ideas coming around. And even if these green-red X shells seem really good to start, we're early in. We're going to still have so many more cards, and I think there's things that can compete with it.
Yeah, we're going to be able to find the right removal, the right answers to it.
Yeah.
It's going to be obviously impossible to find when we're just exploring stuff, and so the really powerful things look good. But that just means that's the starting point for the metagame.
Yeah.
And that's where it'll start. The metagame will find counters to it, then we'll find counters to the counters, and counters to the counters to the counters, and
get to where Standard was at for this last gauntlet. All of a sudden everyone was playing an Izzet. Did you see any of this?
I saw a little bit.
Playing an Izzet control deck that is just playing Cura Best of Seagot as a way to lock out of these adventure decks. So like Standard can still move pretty fast. Who knows if this one's going to be different? But the last thing I'll say is it is a tough recipe to find an answer to Azeka's Chariot and Goldspan Dragon. They're very different cards.
Yes.
And they attack at very different angles. And when you throw Arlen into the mix, now you have to deal with a Planeswalker as well. It's going to be tricky.
And Arlen did look good. I think I want to put more flyers in my deck.
Yeah.
Like, I just needed flying creatures in all of these matchups. So I'm going to be looking to maybe some elite spellbinders. And
I'm
some other good
interested in the
flyers.
5-drop dragon.
Yeah, and Imrith.
Yeah.
Imrith, that's just a good magic card.
Yeah. I might try that one out in my Izzet Rowan deck that I'm going to build here tonight when I get home. So
It's a little awkward in Izzet because you already have Goldspan Dragon in the slot.
True.
So it's hard to play both. So you want to envision a blue deck
But
that's
not
not
impossible.
red.
And Will, the other side of that Planeswalker is also 5-drop, so maybe that's not great. That draws you cards, so
maybe my mono black deck should have been a Dimir deck with a little more removal and Imrith in the 5 slot.
Nice.
I can see that.
I mean, Rogue's left. You gotta have it stick around somewhat, Yeah, maybe not quite the same deck, but
we're tapping out.
anyways, we could be sitting here and just spitballing decks that we'd build, and all of a sudden Rob's like, I left hours ago. Why don't you guys just leave? So
you have not been live for 2 hours.
Exactly. So I think we'll end it here, y'all. Thursday, of course, we're both going to be back playing more standard decks. We're going to be doing this for a while.
Here's what would happen.
Yeah.
The lights would go off. We would assume that Rob is just turning the lights off because it was night again.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
Then when we finally realize that nobody else is here, we find that we've been locked in for the night and hijinks ensue.
Yes, absolutely. And that's where we just build our decks here, and stay and kick around. So, all right, Rob, let's thank some subs. We're going to thank some sponsors. We're going to head on out of here.
All right, we got one sub today, Crispy724, and they've been subscribed for 12 months. So thank you to them and all the rest of our subs.
Thank you for that support. And if you'd like to support Star City Games in another way, you can join SCG Premium. $7.99 a month will get you access to exclusive content from our wonderful staff of content creators, as well as some other perks, which are 5% off of sealed product, 10% off of singles, and 15% off of supplies. So head on over to starcitygames.com/join-premium and sign up today.
Absolutely. And it is time to play more awesome online events. SCG Tour is back. It's going to be fun to play this week. We'll be featuring Historic, so if you want to test out those Dragon Rage channelers and Unholy Heats and all that kind of shenanigans, go ahead and do it. The satellites will be running Friday and Saturday, 4 each day. If you go 4 and 2 or better, you will qualify for that Sunday championship qualifier. 5 and 1 will get you a bye. 6 and 0 will get you 2 buys, as well as send you straight to Roanoke, Virginia, where you hang out here forever, play basketball against us, play some Magic,
and get locked into the Star City Games office.
And get locked into the Star City Games office. You finished my thought. Absolutely. So really exciting time to be trying this new SCG Tour online. If you want to find out more information, go to starcitygames.com/SCG Tour online.
And if you need to pick up some new cards to complete your deck for these returning paper tournaments, maybe update your collection, do keep in mind that Star City Games is always buying, and the process has never been easier because there are so many ways to do it. You can use the buy list feature on the website. You can mail your cards in and let SCG do the work for you. You can make an appointment and come into the store to do your business in person. And if your collection is big enough, you can make that appointment and have SCG come to you. So pick whichever is best for your situation. And always remember that when trading in for store credit, you'll get a 30% bonus.
It's a good time to do it.
Yeah,
right before these cards come out, sell some of that, get some of that Throne of Eldraine out of there. That set still maintains value in older formats, but if you're just a standard player, like myself, get those cards out of there, never look at them again, and then buy all these sweet new vampires and werewolves,
Sounds like a plan.
That's the way to do it. All right. Next order of business is about the werewolves. We got Innistrad Midnight Hunt available here for pre-orders. You can pre-order the sealed product as well as individual cards already here at Star City Games. So if you want to figure out more ways to do that, go to starcitygames.com/previews.
And we'd like to thank our sponsor, Coalesce Apparel. Apparently the curse is only for us.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Yeah, it's not for.
Have you just considered that Todd's just better at Magic than you, whether or not he wears a shirt or not?
We're now 2 and 2. I won the first 2 times he came back.
That's true. I haven't played him yet. Yeah, so it sounds like the gauntlet's
it's just easy come, easy go.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But if you'd like to find out where we get our shirts and look into getting some for yourself, you can find their entire collection of t-shirts, hoodies, and stickers at coalesceapparel.shop. And be sure to use the gift code SCG when checking out to get 10% off of your purchase.
I mean, you can't beat this. You can't beat the Wu-Tang shirt because I'm nothing to mess with. I can't talk either because I'm nothing. Never mind. Just insert bad joke.
You're nodding your tongue?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. The last order of business is the sale. If you want to check out this week's sale, we do have 15% off played and heavily played foils. So if you want to check those out, go to starcitygames.com/sale. Remember that sale does end Monday at 10:59 a.m. So if you want to get some nice played and heavily played foils, add them to your collection. I'm still the same way. Some people, they're like, I want all my cards to be pristine, even if they're foils. If I'm going to foil out a deck, give me all heavily played. I don't care.
I don't care. Foil, non-foil, just give me the cheapest cards I can get.
Yeah, if you can still read the card, and I'm not going to get a game loss for it being too worn, damage it. If it's going to save me some cash, damage them up all the way. Yeah, I'll buy them fresh heavily played them on the way. Just throw them on the ground a bit. I don't care. Make it look like they've been
buy all
used.
your new cards and give them to Henry, right?
Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, they are heavily played with if he gets them for even a little bit. Or Ross shuffling. It's like the equivalent. Like
Henry only knows how to play one way. I only know how to shuffle one way. We're kindred spirits.
Yeah, you two are the same. Absolutely. So if you want to check that out, like I said, starcitygames.com/sale. That's going to do it for us. We're going to be back on Thursday to play more new Magic cards. It's really just Christmas in September. Gotta love it. So for Rob, Ross Merriam, I'm Corey Baumeister. We're heading tonight. We'll see you later.